What is up? Welcome to another episode. That's what I'm going to call them. Episodes of the Confluence Panelverse. That's the new name of the show. Just off the dome. It's pretty good. Okay. we're going to be talking about eugenics because, I want to have a fun time. So when I want to have a fun time, I talk about eugenics. Okay. That's how I get my rocks off. So that's what we're going to be talking about. AVG, aka Diane, aka Darya, aka whatever you really want to call her, average female debater. She debated Witchy like 3 weeks ago, and she's got a new debate coming up. And I think OG, I don't want to say OG dodged. I don't want to say that, but he was supposed to debate AVG on eugenics, and he didn't. And so then Witchy stepped up, and we were talking about it yesterday. So I thought, why not? I want to talk about it. I want to know about eugenics, and what's the good points, what's the bad points. Am I going to be sold on eugenics? Who knows? We're going to see. Okay, so there's a long debate, so I thought we could just talk about eugenics. We could watch, we could do whatever. Don't threaten me with a good time. If you want to threaten me with a good time, you can join the panel by clicking the link that's pinned at the top of the chat. It's also in the description if you think about it, and you must. Good to see you. Let me scroll to the top. Oh, there's a lot of talk between me and Ag. Good to see you myself. Good to see you, Agrillapolis. Scrolling down. Good to see you, Big Soda. Anyone else here? Good to see you, Avery, a gold tier member, Goldfluence. Okay, they're named. Well, okay, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say something untoward. That's too early for that. Welcome, everybody. We got Wildheart. Good to see you, brother. Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Good to see you, Big Soda, and good to see you, Evil Tabernacle. How's it going, y'all?
What's up, everybody?
First, I want to check in with you. How you been doing, Wildheart? Did you get to the program?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Yeah, it went well. I'm there tomorrow as well.
Like what? What are you going to? I know you don't really like talking about it too much, but I just want to check in if that's okay. Like, are you going to a facility or like what's? Yeah.
But we can get on with the program. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But you're doing fine. You're doing well.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Great.
Thank you for letting me on.
Yeah, we missed you, buddy.
Yeah, I was worried about you.
You also missed a hell of a stream yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday was wild. Yesterday was so good in so many ways. There's so many fun points about yesterday. I really enjoyed it.
Can we pull up our new puppet?
Oh yeah, big so. This is so good. I opened this at work. I was fucking dying. This is so good. Okay, let me see if I can figure out how to open it. Oh, there. Oh, that was easier than I expected. So this will be the puppet Big Soda has chosen, and I agree with them. So because I need a puppet in case those people come back. Okay, I got to be prepared. Okay. And I just want to say that guy, by the way, I posted this in the Discord. He used to be a comedian on Howard Stern. Like he was like a regular on Howard Stern, the guy that joined yesterday, like the Shuley guy, which is fucking crazy. I didn't fucking realize that. The guy who looks like Moby.
That's quite impressive.
No, he was funny. He was really funny.
Yeah, it's like I don't know who these people are, but yeah, looked them up after, and I was like, holy shit. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, let me share this. So anyway, they all had puppets for those of you that missed, and I think one pulled out a puppet, and I'm like, where's everyone else's puppets? As a joke, and then like 3 other people or whatever pulled out very costly puppets, and I'm like, okay, I'm in some shit right now. Anyway, this is the puppet I'm gonna get, and yes, that is the Cool Kid Kirk's Jamaican version. So
I don't know why I made him black.
I want to get.
I did not tell Grok to do that.
Yeah, well, Grok just gets a little racist sometimes.
Okay? It does.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, if you destroy that, you're taking the lifeblood out of Grok. Good to see you. Oh, that's Tampa. Good to see Tampa. I was going to say, Lord help us, but I forgot your name is Tampa. How's it going?
I'm a real boy.
That's the kind of puppet that would creep me out, though, Yeah.
It's
like close to like one of those like.
Look, he's solid wood.
Yeah, you don't want, that's some voodoo shit, man. That's some voodoo shit. I'm not saying that because he's black, to be clear. But I'm saying it because he's made of wood.
Yeah, okay. It's Yiddish voodoo.
Some nutcracker looking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the mouth goes like that, and it's like the uncanny valley and the rosy ass cheeks, it's creepy. It's creepy. The more I look at it, especially because
I think
the
skin tone
is in real life, let alone as a puppet.
Yeah,
the skin tone is dead on though.
Oh yeah, that's what I see when I see Kirk. I see a strong,
it matches
Jamaican
you,
man.
I guess it seen that he had dreads, and so it automatically assumed, hey, I'm gonna make this a couple shades darker than he actually is.
I think Grok is actually being woke. It didn't want cultural appropriation. So I
Oh,
was
yeah,
like,
for
hey,
sure.
we don't want a white guy wearing dreads. We don't fuck with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
So we're gonna make a black.
Are those real alligator teeth in that hat?
No, you know what? When I bought the hat, because the hat was like $120, but I guess that's just how much of leather, because it's real leather. And I assumed, because it didn't specify otherwise. And then after I bought it, I messaged the company and they're like, no, they're faux crocodile teeth. And then I looked it up and it turns out to just get a band, because you can buy a band for a hat, that's like $100 if you want real crocodile teeth.
Jeez.
I was like, okay, so that hat would have been, you couldn't get a leather hat with that for that. I have to spend like $250 on a hat.
Yeah,
Well, I did
crocodile
buy it
Dundee hat.
Under
Expensive.
the opinion that it was real crocodile teeth, but it's not.
I got
Fuck
one more
crocodiles.
request.
Fuck them, for real.
I got one more request.
Mm-hmm.
Well, can we take a moment of silence for the fallen American hero that died, I think, 8 years back?
Dicks out,
Yeah.
everyone. Harambe. This is the
We
one
lost it.
chance, okay? This is the one opportunity.
God bless his soul. Yeah.
The world was a
Rest in
darker
peace,
place after we
Harambe.
lost Harambe.
Well, it was kind of a lighter place, I suppose, but metaphorically, you mean?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, emotionally.
Emotionally, you're right. I got you.
Confluence. I can't remember whether you're Christian, aren't you?
I am a Christian, yeah.
Yeah.
And I
No,
can't remember,
that's fine.
you're an Orthodox Jew, right, Wildheart? If I recall, you're a strict
No.
Orthodox Jew.
I'm an atheist. Yeah,
You're an
but it
atheist?
doesn't
No
matter.
way. No way.
No, not Wild Heart.
I specifically remember talking to you about Noah's Ark and you saying drowning is actually the best death if you think about it, and that's actually God being omnigoted. I think that's a verbatim quote from you, Wildheart, if I recall. My memory could be a little off, but
No,
I think that's what you said.
no, the drowning is the worst way to die. So,
Oh, right. Yeah, you were on the opposite edge. Right, you had the controversial opinion that drowning sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was wild. That was a wild take.
Can
Yeah.
I ask a question, Confluence?
Of course, anything.
Right. Do you think that drowning, one of the most potential ways to die? Do you think an all-loving God would do that to thousands of millions?
Wait,
and
no.
billions of people?
Yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow.
Wait,
I mean, I
maybe.
don't think it's
Yeah.
I don't think it's the worst. Like a lot of deaths, if you really think about them, they're fucking horrifying. And drowning is obviously horrifying. But I
Yeah.
feel like there's worse deaths out there. I think probably burning to death is probably a worse death. Although maybe you die of the smoke inhalation, I'm not really sure. But
Yeah,
drowning
but-
would be awful.
I don't know. Being dragged out of a
death where
womb
you're not
piece
passed
by
out
piece is pretty
instantly?
bad.
Hey, Mara.
I've been triggering Mara lately. Oh, I love it. I'll be at work and I'll see her post something and I'll just be like, oh, I'm about to rage bait the fuck
You
out
guys
of her.
stress me out. I'll be at work and I'll open this up and my fucking cortisol levels spike. I come onto the internet to scream at people and call them retarded, not to fucking get all worked up. Okay, I don't want to be worked up.
All right, I'll fill it then. I'm sorry.
I'll sit there. I'll pick at her and I'll pick at her.
I like screaming at people on panel. I don't like. Oh, speaking of, how's it going, Mark?
There she is.
Speaking of, y'all were talking about me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling Confluence
It's
how to
all
be
about
rage
you.
baiting you.
Rage baiting me? No, I
I'm-
just got here.
No, I'm talking about in Discord.
In the Discord.
All y'all are crazy, and I'm going to turn you. I need my own little crevice where I can just
Pause.
Wait
You're
a
not your
second.
little crevice.
You got a crevice already.
Anti-Semitic.
There's only one crevice for me, ma'am.
Listen, I need my own whatever you
Rick
call
sounds a
it.
one crevice kind of guy.
I can't
Yeah,
handle
we all
multiple
need a
crevices.
crevice.
It gets out of hand.
Everyone needs a
Well,
crevice they can crawl
one-
into.
One way or
you
the
know?
other, we all
I
need a
need my
crevice.
OTAB that is straight up transitioning you into a logical mind.
See, Marilyn,
Like-
the weird thing is you're doing the opposite. I
Crevice
think.
coded.
You're doing the
Sorry.
opposite. You're coming at it so strong that you're making me so philo-Semitic, it's crazy because I'm like, this is like I gotta balance out the universe. You know what I mean? The day I donated Maryland, I shit you not, I donated $500 to APAC. I was so stressed out about everything you were saying. I was like, APAC, $500.
Don't say that. You're lying to me. I
The
swear,
Democrats
don't play
appreciate
with me
that.
like that.
Did they give you
Don't.
anything back?
So,
No, of course they
not
didn't,
even funny.
Not even a returned email or nothing.
No, they didn't say thank you. They're like, you
Fuck.
could have sent more.
Yeah, they're gonna fuck you over and not even say
And I'm
thank
like,
you.
wow, thanks.
So, Marilyn, I presume you're an atheist if you have a logical mind. Yeah.
You what? I need to get my charger.
That's right, Tampa. We've tempted you. You want to see the crazy shit that's been happening.
Oh,
What
yeah.
is going
Oh,
on?
yeah.
God bless your soul.
Ask me that question again.
I presume you're an atheist, given that you have a logical mind. I presume you're an atheist.
Are you talking to Marilyn?
Yeah.
What about
You
being?
just say- I don't know what's crazy. The fact you think Marilyn's an atheist or the fact you think she has a logical mind.
Confluence. I am
Not in like a bad way.
out of all
Not in a
of
bad
you.
way. Not in a bad way, like the good kind of illogical, where it's like fun and like Alice in Wonderland. I love Alice in Wonderland. You
No.
know,
Did what?
Yeah.
every
What?
time
Yeah,
I'm
Marilyn, you're like me,
Marilyn,
illiterate.
I feel
No,
like I'm through the
whatever.
fucking looking
Confluence.
glass.
You
You
don't
know,
even believe
it's a good
Jesus.
thing.
Call yourself a Christian. You don't even believe that all the stuff Jesus did. Jesus
Esoteric
raised
Christian.
the dead. Jesus raised the dead. He walked on water. He healed the
No, he
sick.
didn't.
Fed
No, he didn't.
5,000. And you want to sit here and say I'm fairy tale land, and you literally call yourself
saying
a
you're fairy tale.
Christian.
I'm not
Casting
yeah,
spells.
a little Christ, you know. Yeah, I feel like you're dwelling, Mara, and casting spells. You know,
I'm dwelling. Okay, throw
yeah, I feel
your
like you're dwelling.
hide your
Do you really think Jesus walked on water?
I mean, if you
think he
did,
did.
it
I think he
it's
did.
the right thing to believe.
Do
You ever see
really
those
think-
lizards? You ever see those lizards, Wilder, that
Oh,
move
yeah.
their legs really fast? You don't think if a fucking lizard, fucking reptile piece of shit can do it? You know, you don't think the Lord Almighty can do the same thing?
It's
Like,
great.
get out of here.
I believe it more than dinosaurs.
Yeah, well, those are a lie that the fucking devil is trying to, fuck with us.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's pretty based, isn't it, Mara? You're more attractive to me after I
Marilyn's
said
about
that
to say
dinosaur
that-
thing, aren't you?
The
I got
Jews
TV
that put them in the
background
ground.
noise, dwelling, casting spells. I'm almost at bingo.
Yeah. We can just play Merlin
Listen.
Bingo with our own stuff now.
Listen,
Merlin's got such a
Linda.
strong influence.
Listen. No, you don't have enough on that bingo card. You need to make it bigger. It's not fair. You can't keep getting bingo,
Yeah, I gotta
bingo.
What do you
Yeah,
mean? I gotta
update
make
it.
it
I need
bigger.
to
That's you. That's
up
gotta make
it.
it bigger.
I gotta update it. It's gotta be like a 25 by 25 by 25 like 3D. No, 4D. A fucking
I have
Tesseract bingo.
so
It's gotta have so
many.
many cells in it. Holy shit.
So
Keelan, you're
Four-sided
gonna have to
dice.
tell me.
Confluence,
Tell me
It's the
visualize a
word.
Tesseract.
Bro.
Confluence can
Wise.
actually
The new-
Casting spells.
Yes, you can. Wildheart. Wildheart's named after a
Right.
band.
Wait, I
fun
didn't
fact.
answer that dude's question yet.
That
Yeah.
dude has a name, Marilyn.
His
Wait,
name's
hold on, I'm not looking at
Wildheart.
the screen. Wildheart, I can answer your question. I'm not an atheist, but I think atheists are closer to God than Christians.
Oh my god.
Marilyn gets hit with her own disavow. Mark it off on your bingo.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to stop. I need to wait till the end before I
Oh,
say
yeah,
names,
yeah.
because Marilyn, she'll cut it off halfway through and just say
Yeah.
some nonsense.
She starts off strong and then she gets, it's like Anson. It's
I am
like
God,
Anson in a way, right?
dwellings, casting
I just
spells,
have to,
the
like,
Jews. Man,
It's
that's
true.
almost what
This is like OG Mara. Mara's
roll
gotta,
her
like, up her
T's.
game.
All she's got to do is roll her T's, and we got a bingo. Casting
Yeah, but-
spells,
Listen,
dwelling.
Lynn.
I am God. The Jews. What
The
else?
problem is we said dwelling and casting spells first, I think, so
Yeah.
we kind
no,
of baited her
because
into
that's what she
saying
was
it,
doing. She was dwelling.
She
and casting
was
Oh,
both
I was
dwelling and
doing
casting
it.
spells.
That's
what
the
you're
whole.
doing.
That's it. She's got to be doing it, right?
That's what you're doing? Ah!
I didn't say that.
Hey, don't be Jew
That's
minding
what-
me.
All right,
Yeah.
Wildheart, what's your? Oh yeah, Marilyn is not Marilyn's God. In case you didn't know, okay, so she's actually God, like Loki, if you think about it. and you're a Jew, Wild Heart. I'll just speed run this whole thing, okay? And death is the psyop, and the Earth is a flat plane like Minecraft that extends in all directions. And creation is not real, and evolution is not real, and there's no place to go.
It's a hologram.
And everyone will have whatever they want, whatever color they want it. Does that make sense?
No.
No? Okay, well.
Yeah, okay, so you're caught up.
Yeah, you're in the same place we are now. Great. But Wild Heart, what was your question?
Yeah, what was that? What was that question?
My question was, before someone rudely interrupted me. Yeah. My question was
background TV noise. Bingo.
Oh God.
Why
I can't help it. Why am I Christian? I am not a Christian. I am God. I am not a Christian. I'm not that stupid.
So justifying how you're not Christian, you're a God, how would you justify your God?
Yeah.
I think that's his question.
Because man made up the word God, and if that's what the highest thing there is, then that's what I am.
So we need a God to justify that we're a God, or being man?
Man made the word God. Man made the whole idea of God and what it means.
Justified that
if God is the highest and God can do anything, and God is, if you look at it
that's a
in
lot
the
of
right,
ifs.
If you look at it in the right way, in a naturalistic way, as in comfort and makes sense and balances and
I'm not
multiplies.
convinced already.
Wild Heart, I'm gonna
the opposite of what's not that.
Wild Heart, I'm gonna save you 2 hours and 30 stress cigarettes. You're gonna finish this conversation with Marilyn, and you're gonna be no closer to anything of what she's saying. Okay,
you're gonna be so much further.
It's not that she's saying something that's not true. I mean, some of what she says is maybe perhaps not true.
Yeah,
all good times.
Marilyn, you are
order in the court.
I'm trying to speed run it, because it's just not going to be the same thing. It's not going to go anywhere.
Right? No, I'm not trying to argue with her, Marilyn. I'm sure you're very, very sweet. Noble
she is.
person.
She's incredibly sweet.
Yeah,
except
God, so easy.
I don't think you're right.
She's about to get smited.
Why don't you think I'm right?
Because God doesn't exist.
It's not so much what you say, it's that you're saying it.
You exist. You are God. Just the fact that you exist proves that God exists, because you are the image of God.
See, that's fucking true. See, Marilyn will say something that's fucking based. That's fucking based. That's red pill. That's so true.
That's bingo. I hate all of you.
So can you demonstrate that?
Demonstrate it? What do you mean? Look in the mirror. What do you need? Touch yourself. Demonstrate it? What do you need?
I know it's Harambe Day, but not like that.
I mean, come on. You are God. You don't need to demonstrate anything. You can clearly, physically see this with your natural eyes.
Confluence, can you pull up the Maryland card? I think I got it clockwise and snakewise.
Oh my gosh.
All the way around.
So I am God.
We are speedrunning the bingo card.
All right.
So if I tell you to kill your son, would you do it?
What?
If I told you to kill your son, would you do it?
She's God, you can't.
No, because you're not God over me. You're God over yourself.
You just said I was God.
Right, you're God, but I'm God too. We're all part of the one body.
It's like a definition thing, Wild Heart. Like if I can try to explain it how I would say it, right? Like it's not
bridge the gap.
Marilyn, we're all a part of God, and so we share some type of energy or essence with God. And this is where Marilyn and the Orthodox might disagree, but it's not God in the sense that it's not like Marilyn is saying that she could tell you to do something, you'd have to do it, or that she could just like cast lightning bolts at you or anything like that's not the type of claim that they're making. So it's like a different, because I would say we're all God, but when I say that, I mean we have like the spirit of God. We are God's presence on earth. I don't actually mean that like I can like summon floods and like walk on water and stuff. Although maybe if enough people believed in it, possibly, to be Marilyn coded. But
can you condone slavery?
That's not an attribute of God. That's not an
I need
attribute
God to
of
do that.
God.
I could.
That
do it.
is not
I don't
an
need God
attribute
for
of
that.
God.
No, that is an attribute of God because God did condone slavery in the Bible.
Everyone condones slavery.
The Jew
Literally
God,
everyone condones slavery.
the
I don't
Jew
think there's a
God,
single group of people that didn't condone slavery.
Jesus did not condone slavery.
Can
Jesus did
God
not
condone
condone
a?
slavery.
Can God create a symphony?
He didn't condemn it.
Everyone's
Neil,
God.
Direct answer.
He didn't condemn it. And he said all the laws that God laid out, which includes promoting slavery.
Well, we could argue that he did condemn it through Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we didn't.
Oh, I misheard.
Because I mean, you could probably make the argument that it was a progressive denouncement of slavery that took humans time to understand.
Well,
No.
you can say
We
that
can,
Jesus.
I mean,
God
Jesus
specifically
came.
condones slavery.
Jesus
well,
came.
he
Okay,
set laws around slavery, and then eventually, when God the Son came down, he explicitly denounced it, saying that we are brothers in Christ.
No, he didn't.
I mean, I don't
He
know
did.
if he.
Yes, he did.
Did he
No, he didn't.
explicitly
Let me
denounce it?
tell you.
Well,
Let
I
me
mean,
tell you.
can you love your neighbor by enslaving them?
I don't know if I would say that's explicit, though. I don't know if
Oh,
I'd say
okay. I may have used a fallacious word then.
Sorry, they were not your neighbor. He said
Okay.
you can take the.
Well, no, actually, I think he did explicitly say it.
He
said
Jesus
there's no.
Why do you
no
think Jesus came? Why do you think Jesus came here?
You're thinking of Paul.
Hi
Big Soda.
everyone. I have a
Jesus.
question.
No,
Let me answer
Anyway,
this for them
if
before
maybe
you
I
ask
am.
your question.
There's no
This
slaves
is the
nor
first time I'm
free
talking
Yeah.
all night.
that's
Did
Paul.
Paul say
Order in
that?
the court.
Okay.
Jesus came to tell us Father's business. That we are no longer called slaves, but friends.
Shut the fuck up!
Y'all are demons.
Fucking like my bitch.
You're demons.
There we go.
They
Now I'm
come
getting that
out when
dopamine.
I
Give
tell
it to
the
me, Wild
truth.
You missed that
Give it to
dopamine?
me.
When I come in with the truth and tell you
We
Jesus
just need food toy on here,
came
man.
to tell
Holy
us
shit.
So
we're no
in the
longer
Bible,
called slaves, but
shut the
friends.
fuck up! Where in the Bible does Jesus specifically condemn slavery?
I'm telling you the
Tell
verse
me.
right now. I'm telling you. I'm saying Jesus came to tell us Father's business. That we are no longer called slave, but friend, because a slave does not know his master's business. That is literally in the Bible.
Yeah, it is, but Marilyn, that's like you're no longer slaves of God, but you're friends of God. That's not exact. That's not what Wildheart is probably looking for. Is an explicit thing. Do not take another human as a slave, right? Which Jesus doesn't technically explicitly talk
with me
about.
right now?
I'm just telling you the honest reading of that passage.
May I ask you a question?
But I have an answer for you, Emmett. Absolutely.
Go ahead, Emmett. How's it going, Emmett?
Oh, how's it going, Agrilepolis? Good to see you, man. Good to see,
good to see you, bud.
everybody in the panel. Good to see you, Wild.
Emmett.
Good to see you, Marilyn. Good to see
Emmett.
you, Big Soda. Good to see you, Killen. And obviously my friend Confluence. In accordance to the new idea, to the new age ideas, especially when you have a we call it a little bit of an incentive, of an agenda when it comes to marriage.
Agenda.
Yeah, we have an agenda when we marry each other. Like that, I go on and I try to find a nice girl, and I have my agenda about marrying her and having a bunch of kids, and putting her in the kitchen so that she can probably cook a little bit for me and have a good time in the kitchen, watching, reading a book while she's baking, stuff like that. Would that be considered slavery in your opinion?
No.
Is she chained up in this hypothetical situation? Did you take her from a tower, perhaps?
She's chained to that stone.
I absolutely
I'm an expert
took
in
her
that.
for a tower after slaying the dragon that was the father in this case.
See, get it from my dad.
Yeah.
Like, I can solve this. Did God condone slavery in the Bible?
I don't care about God. I'm asking the Confluence if that's
You don't care
slavery.
about God?
No,
No, I
because
think
I'm a
if someone-
supremacist.
I think if someone
I
chooses
just-
to marry you and is, and is choosing to enter into this covenant, then yeah,
The
I mean, unless you're
slavery?
treating them, I wouldn't call that slavery. I don't know how that's slavery.
What-
But if you're
what-
taking
what
a
if
war
she's like-
bride, which would be like what Wildheart was talking about as an atheist, he's going to be talking about that stuff. Then I would say that is like a little slavery adjacent at the very least,
Well, I don't know. It's like if it's a slavery, if you the only thing that makes it not
You-
slavery is because she chose it.
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty key component of slavery. Is like the not having a choice point of view. Like otherwise, that's just kind of like if someone like agrees to work for you, then I don't know if I would say that's slavery, right? I think the non-consensual part is a key thing of slavery, in my opinion.
Can you
Yeah.
choose not to have an
Yeah.
opinion, like an option?
Can you like about what? About anything or what? What are you asking?
Yeah. Let's say that someday I'm really tired of being alive. Well, not alive. I'm really tired of having options. This fucking freedom thing is so annoying.
Who
My
isn't?
preferences
Who
tell me-
isn't? You're not special, Emmett. Everyone is
I'm
so
not-
sick and tired of living. Are you out of your
Yeah,
freaking
yeah.
mind?
Yeah,
I
I
enjoy
get
it.
it.
I kind of love living. I mean, I like where I'm at right now.
You're a
I
liar.
get it, Marilyn. I am
You're a
already
liar.
tired.
I gotta disagree with this also.
I can.
Yeah,
You're a liar.
I'm really sick and tired of this freedom thing. Like this freedom thing is so annoying that having so much choice. It's like not for me. I just want
so if you're-
somebody to tell me what to do.
So you don't.
Right,
Yeah,
but then
tired
that's
of being
still-
alive is going
That's
far and
still a
beyond.
volitional act. If you're like, I don't want to have a choice anymore, so I'm going to let
Yeah.
this person have a choice for me. That's still like a consensual thing
but
that you're
it's
engaging in.
it's to the future, right? I will not have a choice in the future either. Can I do that?
Emmett, can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
No, you have to take some responsibility and grow up eventually, Emmett.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Hey, don't talk to my dad that way.
Is it
Man, this is
ever
Mara
okay-
coded test.
is
You
it
could sue,
ever-
by the way.
Is it ever okay to own another person as property?
Is what?
Is it ever okay to own another person as property? Which
Yes.
is-
What do you mean by wrong?
It depends on what I prefer that day. So yes, I prefer to have
Define
somebody's
own.
property today.
So it is okay. You think it's
Yeah.
okay to own another person as property?
Oh, just prefer. Listen, I'm a preference.
Yeah, well, fuck
According
you.
To be
Yeah.
fair, it's hard to
preferences,
hear him.
Yes.
I own my
just prefer
children,
it.
Or
Well, you can
Uh,
go and fuck yourself.
and they kind of like it.
I don't think you own them as property though, Big Soda.
Even slaves
Well,
in the
I
new
pay
are
taxes
not
for 'em.
owned, like
To the government, they're my property.
They're in
You
a state
get
of
okay
like
in Canada. You get
destitute.
taxes back. Okay,
Ah.
you get a child tax benefit. Didn't Trump
Yeah,
take
because
that
they're your
away?
property.
So
Well, look, you can claim taxes for a lot of things.
So would you answer
Yeah,
that
and-
question?
and
Can I just like
taxes-
relinquish my freedom into the future if I wanted to?
So you think, Emmett, you think it's
Mm.
okay to own another person as property? That is
Because
your
I
view.
prefer it way hard. I saw things so today. Maybe my preferences will change tomorrow, and I will not prefer it tomorrow. But since
Yeah,
I
but
am a
what about
preferences,
today?
it depends on my
What
preference
about
today.
today?
Yeah.
What about today? Do you think it's okay to own another person?
Yes,
as
because it's
property
my
today?
preference is my moral axiom. So
Because
yeah,
we
whatever.
have a shit birth
So you
rate
think
testing.
that's
Although
okay?
I will say I don't think the child tax credit in Canada actually helps at all. I
Yeah.
don't think since it's been introduced, I don't think the birth rate's gone up. I think it's probably gone down. I've never met somebody that's been like, I think I've said this many times on panel, but I've never met someone that's like, I wasn't going to have a kid, but then I found out about the child tax credit. And now I was like, okay, I'm going to have another kid. Like no one fucking says that. So it's like a helpful thing to have, but no one's actually making the decision on how many kids they have based on a child tax credit. Let's be real. People will find
Yeah.
a way, or they will find a way.
I
They'll get
agree.
pregnant anyway. Like, it
Yeah,
doesn't
y'all
change
should
anything.
end
Unless you're
Canada's
black,
tax
doesn't make a
credit.
difference anyway. So will you finally answer my question, Confidence? Can you like relinquish your freedom towards the future?
No, I would say, I think that's, I mean, like you maybe can, but I think it's untoward. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like, well, okay, I'm mixed. I think it depends on the circumstance. In a marriage context, even though I'm anti-divorce, I don't think you should be like physically prevented from leaving a marriage. I think that's
What
crazy.
about
I
in
think
a
you should be like
degen
socially
context?
in a what?
In a degen context. Yeah, you
Like-
know you have this person and it's like, yeah, make me your slave.
Oh, like you're doing the what do the gays call that? Well, not the gays, but you know what I mean.
Consent.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah, or like the free access or whatever they call it, whatever the terms they use.
Consent, non-consent. Yeah, a full free consent, non-consent.
Yeah. But the thing is, you can still, the whole thing about the N part of that or the C part of that is that you can still in the lefty sphere at least, right? You can still the whole point is that it's not just non-consensual, it's consensual, so you can withdraw that consent at any time. It's not like if you have this thing,
it's a contract towards the future, right? It's always
it's not. There's no. I don't think you can find any.
I'm asking you if it's
no. I don't think that's okay. I don't think that's okay.
Always towards the future. Do you think that?
No, I don't think. I think it's possible, but I don't think it's morally okay.
But I'm not asking about morally okay. I think it's possible to draft.
Well, obviously it's possible. Well, like legally? Are you asking? I don't think you can legally draft that contract. No.
It's like, is it something that I think
that's theoretically possible? It's theoretically, but under our current laws, it's not possible. You can't consent in the future to be sexually used, and then if you withdraw that consent, you know.
It's kind of moral, but should a person be allowed to have that kind of contract?
No, I would say they shouldn't. No, I don't think you should be able to.
You're gonna thwart their freedom then?
Yeah, because I think I don't want to sound like a lefty, but I think you should probably be able to withdraw consent at any time, especially like a sexual context, you know.
Well, can I squeeze in here for a second, Emmett?
You know what? I shouldn't have to say sound like a lefty. I think that's a pretty universal. I think.
I'm just asking. I don't know.
Then Testy, I'll rip your fucking balls off. Join the panel, shake things up a little bit, okay? Don't
I can't do this zog slop.
Could the draft be considered conditional slavery?
Zog slop?
Zog
You know what,
slop.
Marilyn? You're the biggest Jew in all.
Yeah, I am not.
You know what? There.
Do you even know what that means?
I fucking
Do you
said
even
it. I know
what
exactly
that
what it means.
means
I want to
by
see your
saying
23andMe, Mara. I want to see your 23andMe. Your freaking
What is that?
grandpa,
means
freaking
Jew.
Larry Flint,
Orange
right?
juice.
The freaking guy in the porn
and guess
thing, and you're calling it.
They hardly said
crazy.
he died. They hardly said he died. They totally covered it up, like because he was not poor.
Who owns Pornhub? Who owns OnlyFans? And you're related to Larry Flint, and you're saying you don't got that drop of blood. You're saying you don't got that single drop of blood.
I'm telling you,
get out of
he
here.
was not for child anything. I really don't think so.
I'm not saying
and
he's
I
for
know
a child.
he was my grandpa.
I'm not saying he's for a child. I don't know where we got that from. I'm not saying
because
that.
that's all them people. That's all that they. That is the only way that they can. What do you call it? Hold bargain, like pay. You blackmail people is to get into that realm of things. My grandpa, I don't think he was anything that hard over him. And I really think that because the Jews are in charge, regardless of what you think, the Jews are in charge.
Let's not.
He definitely wasn't gay.
You are all
Anyway, he was
with
paralyzed for a long
sex
time.
and Jewish people.
Merlin, but
actually, that
that's
sounds like
all that they
when you
got
say
going
that,
on.
my dopamine
Trans
does
stuff,
spike.
child.
Actually, death, sex, and Jews. That's a fucking killer podcast name. Holy shit! Death, sex, and Jews. I love talking about all three of those things. Actually, unironically, you call me out, Keelan. You fucking got me. I fucking love all those three things.
Maryland is in a death cult run by the Jews.
That's not true at all.
You just no, Marilyn. You just believe
Jew
that God is evil. You
They're
believe God is
scared
the
of
death
me.
cult Jews.
They're scared of
You
me.
just believe God is evil
because of your blood.
No, but maybe I don't know what it is. They're scared because of a lot of things.
I'm
Bingo.
Anti-suicide range page, to be
I
clear.
win.
Big Soda, what's your question?
She rolled the T's.
Would you consider
That's
the
mild.
draft to be conditional slavery?
I would say yes.
I would say yes too.
Yes, and that's why I asked in the context because
Yeah.
I think you
What is
can,
wild heart
even
think?
in legal, even in like
Wild
normal
heart.
like legal
What
life,
do you
you can
think?
sign a contract that if you're let's say you're like filming a movie and you commit to this, you sign a contract and you don't show up, right? You're in breach
There
of
it
contract. Like, that's illegal, right? Like you will get fined for that or sued or whatever, right? Like that is so in a workplace, yes, you absolutely can like sign yourself up in a draft context. The sexual thing, I think that's where I would push back and say that's something you should be able to do.
Well, let's bring Wildheart back
I
into
really
this.
don't.
if
Yeah.
we are living in a
Sorry,
place that you can do
yeah,
anything you
yeah.
want with your body because it's your body, your choice, why can't you have those kind of contracts?
Yes, this is the thing. Yes, this is the thing. This is what I would say. Same with the marriage. Like, I'm against no fault divorce, and I think there should be social
Stop
and perhaps
it.
legal consequences for leaving a marriage.
Oh my God,
don't
this
think you
is
should be-
Answer
goddamn
my
bull crap.
question.
Let
How-
me talk for a stupid second.
Wait,
you guys are
do you disagree with me?
ridiculous.
Do you disagree with me,
Oh,
Laura? You
no,
disagree
you
with that? You
Choking
disagree with
myself
that?
out right now.
You disagree with what I said? Are
Yes,
you just-
if
are you-
we all
wow.
had everything we could ever want in whatever color we wanted it, you wouldn't have to be doing this micromanaging nonsense.
So
you are
just don't- you just
goyim.
want. You're just mad that you're not talking, Marilyn. You don't actually
You
disagree with
are
anything I fucking said. You're just
goyim,
mad that you're not
bro.
talking, and therefore I'm
You
goyim.
you are the puppet on the string.
Fucking
Marilyn!
me, Marilyn. You
Marilyn!
need a fucking Jew off.
Marilyn!
A fucking Jew off.
I know this is not my
23
channel,
and me.
but you are
I'll
thick as
pluck
fuck.
my hair right now. I'll fucking send it in.
You are thick as
Oh
fuck.
my god.
You are stupid. Shut the
Stay
fuck up.
mad. You're triggered. I know you're triggered.
The preference.
The dopamine flowing.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
having a good
understand.
time.
I don't understand if we're thinking about it in a way that people can have control over their own bodies and have their own decisions. Why can't they decide to not have decisions? I don't understand. I really don't.
This is
Because-
on par with the fucking Baby Max or Heaven Max.
Well, to be fair, Emmett, you can. In some aspects, you can. And in some
Yeah.
aspects, that right is given to your immediate family member,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what they
they
do.
make those decisions for you.
Last will and testament and so on. Yeah.
This is
I guess so, but
Zion.
that's-
I just don't know.
That's because you think that you are
Propaganda.
lacking agency at that moment. So you're trying to set up something for when you lack agency.
Yeah.
But in
yeah.
Emmett's example, you're doing something like when you still have full agency. So it's not like a conservatorship or it's not like a,
Well, that's when you do it.
guardian,
That's
whatever.
Yeah. The best time to do it is when you have agency. You don't want to wait till you don't
Right, but
have
you-
agency.
Right, but you don't. But what I'm saying, what Emmett's saying is like, let's say, I mean, he didn't say this,
Yeah, I
but
wanna
he's,
sign
when
my
he was
agency
asking
away.
me, that could happen
Yeah.
to when
If
you're
he has
20 and you
agency
have
and, he
no.
wants to sign his agency away, that's the best time to do it instead of when you don't have
Oh.
agency.
Uh-huh.
I think it. Well, I think usually this stuff is conditional on when you're like losing.
Yeah,
when you're,
legally
like,
conditional. If you're actually
Yes.
insane, they're not going to let you just sign any document you want.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
That's why it's best to do it before that.
Right, but usually when you give someone like power of attorney, it's not like it doesn't kick in the moment you sign it. It kicks in when your like mental faculties are like declared to be like not okay.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh,
a good
yeah.
time to do it. But what Emmett is saying, well, at least what he's asking me is, can like some random person, let's say a 20-year-old who isn't going to lose their mind, can they sign over their freedom? And let's say the next day they regret it, are they held to that contract and they can't leave for like 50 years? I would say that's kind of slavery,
Oh.
right? And yeah, it's yourself
what if they
enslaving your
legally
future,
did
but
that?
it's still you
Yeah.
can't legally do that. Is what I'm saying. That's
Well,
a
but
legal
I'm asking why.
possibility, at least
I'm
in Canada,
asking why.
US. Why it's illegal or why it's immoral?
Why should why is it wrong for them to do it? They just don't want to have agency.
I think it's-
They're like, I don't
I
want
think
to have
what's-
agency.
I think what's
Everything goes
what's
well,
wrong is that humans are a fluid unit that like changes over time, and so like I don't think we can be held down by our past decisions to enslave our future selves. Like I don't think
So if a
to me that
person
just seems
goes to
fundamentally
prison-
wrong.
Emmett. Sorry, I don't mean to get so angry. Emmett, do you believe that it's correct, morally correct, to make a one-year-old baby, like
Uh-huh.
make him sign a contract when he doesn't have the
A 1-year-old
cognitive
baby.
skills? Yeah.
This is what Jews really
No,
think in
that's
their
what we
head.
were saying.
This is how
when
they
you have
process.
when
Can
you
we
have
go-
agency,
let's
the
put
best
more
time to
story
sign
on-
contract is
I
when
would
you
say-
actually have agency. That's not what we're
I
saying.
would-
Make
I
a
would say
1-year-old
based on my-
sign a contract.
Yeah, I would
Exactly.
say based
Why would you
to my
ask a
preferences, I don't
question
think
like
they
that?
can sign
I was going to
anything.
say with a 1-year-old in contracts, I would just
No,
sign
I
the
don't.
contract for the
But
1-year-old.
Patrick, you
Yeah,
probably
that's for the
jumped
parents.
in a little late. You probably jumped in a little late because I was
No.
saying that we obviously have this in the draft. I already said we have this in work. We have this in you can have breach of contract, but as Tessie noted, you can physically get out of that. You might be sued, you might be in breach of contract, right? But you can physically leave. It's not like a movie studio in my example can chain you up and make you act.
Okay,
That's not
let me-
possible. It's not like the mortgage company can chain you up and do this. Like you can suffer physical consequences, sure, but that's not the same as like being like physically restrained, right? So
Okay,
it's not.
let me.
It's a different thing, in my opinion.
Let me answer wild card. I find it icky when 1-year-olds sign anything. So no, because I find that icky. But
I don't think
when it
1-year-olds
comes
can
to-
really
for-
sign anything.
Yeah, but it's because I find it
He
icky,
asked
okay?
me. He asked me.
So confluence. Let me answer your question. Let me go on with what you were saying.
Yeah, I can tell you
So we're
firsthand
not supposed to
experience.
be-
1-year-olds can't sign for anything. It's up
We're
to the
not-
parent.
Exactly.
I can tell
we're
you
not supposed
firsthand
to be-
experience.
Why didn't ask that question? It's so
Since-
sadistic.
It's fucking
Since
crazy.
we are fluid beings that change over time, for example, if a person
We are.
goes
We
on-
fucking are. Don't cuck
Yeah.
me like that, brother.
yeah. We flow like water and shit. So since we
We
are like
do.
that, if a person goes on and commits first-degree murder and is in prison for life, should he be actually held to the standard of being in prison for life, or should we
Well,
realize that he's a
well,
fluid being and maybe
Yes, because
10 years
okay, I
later, he
actually
should
have
be
I have a
left out?
complete answer to that, Emmett. I have a complete answer. It's the issue is, and I don't know if you would agree with this. We have, because we're humans, we have an epistemological gap. If we could, let's say, know that someone who committed murder would never do it again, and we knew they were fully changed, then maybe they shouldn't be in jail. But the problem is we don't know that. We can't know into their mind. We can't know if
Well-
they've had a true repentance. We can't know if they're a new transformative creature. We can't know the
Well,
fluid
you have
state of
that
what's going on.
epistemological
So we
gap.
have
I
to go.
don't. I just put them in trees
You-
because that's that's justice, right?
That's
But
I
since
don't
you
think
wanna
that's
put them-
not
you
what I
wanna put
mean.
them in
That's not what I mean
boxes.
by epistemological.
Hold on.
Do you know
Don't
what I
they
mean by
Since you wanna
epistemological
guys-
gap
since
there?
you guys
Don't
wanna
they
put
give
them
some of
in
these people like a
boxes and
chance
then
for
you think they're
parole after a
fluid
certain
and
amount of
over
No,
time?
this
time
is
they might
giving.
change.
This is granting that they're fluid.
Depends.
Oh, I'm
No, I know,
sick
but
of
I'm
all
saying,
this shit.
but I'm saying,
Emmett,
but
Emmett.
so wait, I want to explain this. So what I mean, to be clear, what I mean with they're fluid, but we don't
Bottom
know.
line is-
That's what I mean by epistemological gap. We don't
But if
know the
everything's
state,
fluid, you would know.
but we don't. No, we
It's
wouldn't.
all fluid.
No,
What are y'all
that doesn't.
talking
Well,
about?
I don't know.
It
Why
goes
would that
up,
mean
it
we
goes
would
down.
know?
It's fluid.
No.
You would know.
That doesn't mean that has nothing to do with us knowing.
Or you could
like,
predict.
No, it
No.
doesn't. Egg, you could be a different person tomorrow. I have
Yeah.
I have no way to tell that. You could be lying
What
to me
I-
right now, Egg. You could be
I
like a
agree.
psychopath in this very moment. I would have no my knowledge is disconnected from that.
Sure,
right?
but
I have
given
no
the
way
given
of
the
knowing
history,
that.
Confluence.
you
I
know
agree
because
that
it's
we
fluid.
don't have certainty. I agree
No,
with
no,
with the
even
fact that we
no.
have
That's the well.
certainty.
That's
But-
what I'm
but
saying.
if-
Given the
if a
history,
person
we
can
would
go-
think the best bet is that maybe they're going to murder again, and that's why we keep them
Wait,
in jail.
what? You
I
guys
know,
are
We don't
no,
have
I'm not.
certainty
in
of
your
that.
I
We
did.
don't have
Whoa.
certainty of that.
Sex.
But
So,
the
Emmett,
question
Emmett,
is,
Do you not
Emmett,
get what I'm
the
saying?
question that I have, this
Yeah,
is the
I get
question
what
that I
you're
have. If you can go on and sign off your life to to be in prison forever because of an action you made, why can't you sign a contract that takes away your agency as
when
well?
you're 1
But
year
it's gonna
old,
be in a better situation than just being in prison.
when you're 1 year old, you're saying that 1 year old should be able to sign contracts.
No,
Well, let's
because
just say-
1-year-olds
let's
are
just say-
icky, and I don't
Well, I
want
think-
1-year-olds to be able to do anything.
I don't think we have to
just be
go
with
into
their
the
mom.
1-year-olds because I think what Emmett would say is that to sign over a contract to give away your agency, you have to first possess agency. And probably Emmett would say 1-year-old doesn't have agency. I think he's probably talking about, let's
Yeah.
say someone who's 25 in
Yeah.
sound mind, they have full agency. Can they then sign over that agency? So you need to first
Let's say
possess
that
the
you have
agency
to
to
be-
then sign it over.
Yeah, you have to be
But
18.
we
to be
were
able to
talking
do
about
that.
1 year olds.
No, we're talking
No.
about 18-year-olds.
I think
Yeah.
you brought up the 1-year-old thing. Well, sorry, if I
Yeah,
recall.
you were talking
Okay.
about the 1-year-old. You did. I don't want anything to do with
No, the
1-year-olds.
parent,
so,
the parents,
Emmett,
the parents
right,
should take
No,
control.
we can clear this up very simply. Emmett, do you think a 1 year old should be held to a contract
No, the parents.
that he couldn't even sign?
That's a ridiculous question. The parents should be
the
held.
only contract that can be
No, sorry, I was asking Emmett.
Well, yeah, the only contract they should be
Yeah.
should be held accountable to is to them sucking on their mama's titties. That's all they have to be held accountable.
What?
okay?
What?
If they don't
So
do it
tempted to
enough
make a
and they
mom
are
joke,
not, and they're not,
But I
feeding
won't, because I've
themselves,
talked to your mom,
That's
Emmett.
what
I won't
I
do
that
it.
is not a good.
I won't do it.
That's the only moment when you're saying, "Hey, what you doing, little kid?
Right.
You better
So do
grow
you
up."
think a 1 year old should be held to a contract?
Hey, Alex. Sorry, I just
Just
auto
answer
let you
that
in and I
question.
forgot that I let you in.
Yeah, wild heart. That's
No
what I
worries.
said. Okay, but in reality, I
Yeah.
find it icky. I find it icky when you try to held accountable anything when it comes to babies. So maybe not. Anyway, conflict.
All right,
18-year-olds,
Alexander.
can they
Go
be
ahead.
able? Should they
Go
be able to do it? I mean, they go on and let's say that they delete a person. They did it willingly, and because it's first-degree murder, and they get in prison forever. Should they be
Think about
Should
it,
they actually be held
Emmett.
accountable,
Think
or should we
about
think about them
Emmett.
as a
Shut
fluid
up
being?
and think about it.
No, they-
Shut up. Shut
They
up
should be held
and think
accountable
about
because
it.
we can't know the state of their transformation. If we could omnisciently know that the person who did, like, I know it's uncomfortable to say, but I think it's probably the truth. If we actually knew that someone who had done a bunch of heinous murders, we actually could see into their soul, knew they were entirely different, knew they wouldn't do it again, I don't think there'd be any reason to keep them in prison. The reason that probably sounds crazy is because, of course, we can't know that, and so that's why we do keep them in prison, because they've shown
if you could rewind,
the best predictor of the future is the past.
If you could know that, you'd rewind and be able to see that they did the murder's intent, like their intent.
Well, it's not about their intent at the time; it's who they are now, right? Like a different
Right,
person.
yeah.
Well, that's what he's saying, but he's saying we can't know their intent, nor can we know how they feel about it now.
Well, we can
So
know their intent.
neither or is
We can-
true.
Yeah, but
We
it
can make a
goes
good
both
guess
ways,
about
right?
the intent in the past, I think,
Well,
is
you
what
can
I'm
make it-
saying.
Why
we
you
can-
just
we
said
can-
no
we
when I
can-
asked that?
But
We
it
Well,
goes
no,
both
well, okay,
ways,
then I
right?
misunderstood.
We have
Well,
uncertainty either way, right? We don't have
I'm saying
certainty
what's
either
really
way.
hard is judging someone's repentance.
Children are
if you look at
dying.
like Jeffrey Dahmer, right? He got baptized at the end of his life before he was killed, right? I have no idea, right? Like, is it possible that he was actually repentant, and if you let him out, he would never
Yeah, it was
eat
possible.
/ do anything untoward? It's possible, but I can't know that, so I would say obviously keep him in prison and probably execute him, because we have no possible way of knowing. But if we could know, certainly, like, if we're like godlike and we would know
that
he's
would change
changed, he'll
everything.
never
Not if
do it
you're
again.
godlike,
We could probably
but you
let him
have
but
go.
we're
a
not,
good
and we
healthcare
can't.
system that
Wouldn't
could
that be in
restore
both
him
senses? That's
and
what I'm
take away
asking.
all his
It's
fears.
not worth
and
philosophizing about, because we
no,
know we
you're
can't.
asking
We know
as
we
if we're
don't
not
know.
capable of fixing people.
But we kind of can differentiate these things, right? Like Jeffrey Dahmer killed. Well, yeah, he killed people because he wanted to, right? And so we can't trust him to ever
Yeah, it was in his
not kill
intent.
people in the future.
Yeah,
But
this
Right.
person,
let's say,
this person
hold
signed the
on.
contract because he wanted to.
Oh, hold on. So let's say that somebody kills your kid and you kill them, right?
Yeah, I will
Well,
put them in trees.
you
But what
don't
I'm saying is
have-
the person
you
that
don't have
signed
any more
away
kids,
his agency did it
So
because
you're
he
not
wanted
really a
to.
danger to anyone, you know?
Well,
Yeah,
but you get to
just-
go on and
just
have
like-
more
That's true.
kids.
Just like Jeffrey Dahmer did it because he wanted to. The person that
I mean, that's why
signed
that
away-
guy in that famous video at the payphone that we've talked about a number of times on stream, right, where he killed that person, right?
Yeah.
That's why he got like a year in jail or something, because I think the judge realized, or the jury, whoever sentenced him, or I guess the judge sentenced him, right, realized that
it was
he only
juiced
did
up
this
from
under
the
this
start.
specific.
Yeah, but it was so
situation.
popular.
Like,
It was so popular that nobody could rule against. Like, all the jurors that they found were probably like, "Nah,
well,
this guy's
they did rule against him. Like, well, at least if it was a jury trial, because he was guilty. I don't know if he pled guilty. I don't know if he was a
He
juror. I
pled
don't know.
guilty,
Well,
and
guilty of
he
what,
pled
I know he
guilty,
got
and
sentenced.
and the judge remitted his sentence because
Yeah, I don't know if it was first. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure if he if there was
Yeah.
if he
It
pled like
wouldn't-
some
it
like
wouldn't have
temporary.
stood. Yeah,
Because there
But
is
it-
a
like, yeah,
minimum for first degree murder.
What are y'all
but-
talking about?
No, but
This
you
is-
can no,
this
but
is the
Alex, what
question.
I'm saying is if you plead guilty, then you don't get a jury trial. Is what I'm saying, right? So I don't know
Yeah,
if he
sure.
pled
Well,
guilty,
either
then
way,
he wouldn't see a jury.
If
The
you
judge
know
was
that
like,
they did
yeah.
it because they wanted to, and this person that
The
is
guy
signing
that
away
killed
the
No,
agency, he's doing it
that's
because
not
he wanted
that's not
to.
true at all.
Like, what is the symmetry breaker
Wanted
here?
to, or like was forced into by circumstance? Or are you saying
No,
that,
they
that
it's
being like
completely
forced into by
freely. They
circumstance?
just want to
Not
get rid
what
of
he's-
agency.
I see what you're saying, Emmett, but like I guess the symmetry breaker is that the reason we're putting someone in jail is because they've done a very bad thing and we're afraid they're going to do it again. Whereas in your example, someone's just signing a contract that they then will go on, let's say, to regret in their future state and say, I actually shouldn't have signed that. I don't want to be a slave. I want to be free. That's a symmetry breaker. There's no reason to hold them besides the contract. Whereas in the other case, you're talking about someone who's like killed a lot of people. There's a lot of societal and moral value in
They
like
can go
not
up
having the
and they
chance
can
of them
go
doing it
on-
again.
Hold on,
They
Emma,
can
do you
go
think
on
you
in
should be held to a
live.
contract for the rest of your life?
So
Yeah, I
you
think so.
fuck?
You can go on in live. I mean, if
Whatever,
I was
bro.
a parents, yeah, sure,
So
I
hold
think
on.
so. If wait, I'm gonna leave because I have somewhere else to go. It's the last thing I'm gonna ask. If you say, well, they're gonna regret it, and that's the reason why we shouldn't allow it. But what if the person that deleted a lot of people regret it later in life, which happens?
Yeah. So we can't get that from we can't trust them that they regret that, right?
Right. That's
Well,
that's
I
my
can
whole
trust that the
epistemological
person
gap
that
argument.
signed away
But if the
that
person
signed
who
away
signed,
the agency will,
if the person who signed the contract says, "Hey, I deeply regret that," well, I can trust they do. Otherwise, why would they reject it?
Right.
Here's something my grandfather always said. You'll find no bigger mass of people that want to come to know the Lord other than the old people that are so close to death.
True.
That's true. No atheists in foxholes, if you think about it.
Okay.
No, well,
I gotta go
you
to
know,
horseradish.
that's not what it means.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Wait, how's that not? Isn't that the same kind of
Wait,
concept?
maybe it is
Yep,
kind
later,
of
Emmett.
what it.
Hey,
Later,
basically, somebody who's
Wait,
very close
father,
to
don't
dying
go.
suddenly feels a lot
No,
more.
I mean, yeah,
He's just getting some smokes. He'll be back.
too.
He'll be right back.
Although,
Okay.
to be
Hey, that's what he
fair,
said
to be
last
fair,
time. Man, I didn't see him for like 8 years.
I'm sorry, Big Soda, but you
I
know
don't
you're a little
know.
bit icky because I remember when you were 1 year old and you just caused me the eek. So I have to go now.
Because I signed that contract.
Yeah, he signed that contract at 1. Yes, D&D is tomorrow. Okay, anyone watching? D&D is tomorrow. That means you, Alex. That means you, Ag. That means,
try,
I guess that's
okay?
all of the people. Because Keelan doesn't like playing D&D. He's too cool for it. Even though he reads fucking
I
Arthur C.
avoid
Clarke
it
or whatever the
with
fuck.
all my might and
Yeah,
soul.
Keelan's got all the
hate
time in the
missing one of
world
your
for all this like
lives.
sci-fi, and he's fucking dual wielding lightsabers and all this stuff, but he doesn't want to play D&D. Okay, Keelan. Okay.
Talking to women around the world.
I know. Fucking fetishizing the global south. All in the day's work, okay? All in the day's work.
Apple juice drinking motherfucker.
What did they say about
What did
like
you just say,
soldiers?
Egg? What did you just say to me?
You're an apple drinker.
Apple juice drinking motherfucker.
Nobody would ever say that I drink fucking apple juice.
Gotta
Base.
eat
I
it.
drink
Base.
orange juice.
He's getting
Orange.
offensive.
Navel
Hold on, do you drink
orange
apple
juice.
drink?
You drink
Uh,
fucking orange
Do you drink
juice.
apple drink?
You drink fucking apple juice.
I've
Wow,
never been
you're so
angrier
hard.
in my life.
He drinks purple
Keelan,
drink.
Keelan, do you support this? I'm drinking a Mandarin. I know it's not a navel
They don't-
orange. Oh, you can't even see
No,
it. It's
yeah.
a Mandarin
It's empty
soju.
looking.
Get that
It's
North
not- it's not
Korean
fully, it's
junk
just
out of
clear.
here.
Hold on, you conflict. I've never had soju in my life.
But it's Mandarin though, which is kind of navel orange coated, right? So
What about sumo oranges?
What are you talking?
oh yeah, we were talking about those.
Yeah, so I grew some. I'm in the process of growing them.
Egg is in Florida. We're brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he could
yeah.
ship you so many navel oranges, Keelan. You should be nice to him. You could get you an endless supply. You
Oh,
could eat
those
one
are
a
on
day
the
for the rest of your
shelf all the
fucking
time.
life.
Egg, I
Holy
will
shit.
send you apples in the fall in exchange for oranges in their season.
We just
I knew that
discovered
motherfucker
fucking
had it.
capitalism. Holy shit!
I just picked apples off my
Nothing
apple trees.
capitalism about that.
I'll sell you my apples for your oranges.
Okay, so the
I'll sell you navel oranges at a lower price. Okay.
It's
I have a
not
bunch of
even
freaking
money
slaves that
I
I'm
transfer.
want the
Bartering at this
Tangelos
point.
and shit.
It's 1 year old that signed the contract.
It's
Exactly.
bartering.
And now those 1-year-old proletariats
It's
are growing fucking
bartering
oranges
with
for me.
spell words. Bartering with spell
Sumo
words.
oranges, motherfucker.
The best states / regions for fall activities are going
I'm out
to
of
be.
here, Jews. I might be
It's going to be Oregon, not Washington.
23 and me,
though.
Maryland. You and me, a Jew off, okay, or a goy off, if you will, and you must.
Oregon is a peak fall state. Then you have Wisconsin and Michigan are also peak fall states. Then you have New England is a peak fall area. Every
What
other
does that
state in the
mean?
U.S. sucks for fall.
Yeah. That's why I'm surprised my apple tree's going.
The fact you
I'm
call it
very
fall is how I
surprised.
know you're like a Philistine. You know, you don't say brother doesn't even say autumn. You know, that's crazy.
Oh, you're Kirk coded now, just using words that are bigger than they need to be.
What's wrong
The
with that?
words have flavors, much like navel oranges. Every word has a unique
True.
flavor to it.
That's
you know?
actually true. That's actually true.
That is true. It is true. Yeah.
A member of my
synonyms
family.
are just synonyms, but they're not. They have fucking
But
flavors.
I don't
That's why there's
taste.
so many
I don't
synonyms.
taste anything different when I say different words.
A
Oh, I
member of
do,
my
in a metaphorical
family's
sense?
name is Autumn.
That's a fucking base name. Now imagine if her name was Fall. Would that hit the same, Keelan? Would it hit the same? No, it wouldn't. Why?
You missed the point. You
Why?
missed the point entirely. You missed the point entirely.
I would feel
What's
like she's
the
gonna be doing something.
You wouldn't name
really
a kid
soon,
Fall.
Like
Her
fall.
name is Autumn. If someone's name is Autumn and I'm referring to a season as autumn, that's going to be weird for me, and could cause confusion.
But what if someone's name is fall or
What
summer?
if you people are named Summer, right? You ever watch?
I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody. Hold on, before you spur. I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone named Summer. I don't know anyone
Rick and Morty.
named Winter.
You ever watch
I don't
it?
know anyone named Spring.
Winter.
I've known a chick named Summer.
Summer is a real name. That's a real human name.
So
what are you even fucking saying to me? So is Winter.
Hot dish or casserole?
Yeah, but not spring isn't. Okay.
Oh, Alex, you are trying to. You're gonna. That's such a. Oh my god. I hate the state of Minnesota.
Testy, you're such a communist. Imagine thinking if you had a cure for cancer,
Testy,
you want never to have it
instead
of having these fucking big pharma companies profit off it. That's what really, Testy. That's what fuels research and development. So it actually should be. So actually, the companies should actually profit it, and they should hoard all the cancer cures from everybody else. If you think about it, does that make sense?
What if you don't think about
That's what every Austrian economist agrees with me. Literally every single one. Okay.
I'll just disagree for the fuck of it. Let's do it. I don't know.
Those savages.
Storm is I'd fuck a girl named Storm if I was married to her, to be clear. But that's a good name.
Okay, X-Men.
Yeah, see, the triggered has become the triggerer. Okay, Testy.
Those savages in Minnesota.
What if her name was Jean Grey?
Minnesota call casseroles hot dishes. They're fucking savages. They like the Vikings. They've never won anything. They've never won anything, but they'll still act like they're as good as the Packers because they have nothing else.
Minnesota fucking sucks, man. Minnesota fucking sucks. It does. Okay, we'll both agree on that one. Minnesota's the worst. Not as bad as Louisiana, though, right, Rage Page? I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
You're only saying that because you live above Minnesota.
No, I don't. I live above fucking Michigan. And by that, I mean Ontario, because I live in none of it. And I'll have none of your bullshit on the matter, okay?
Oh, what's
none of your bullshit. Central Standard Time is what I say, but it's actually Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
Do you know, fun fact, the English actually invented time. Because
inventing time? Are they God? Holy shit.
Shut the fuck
That's
up.
crazy.
They invented time? That's wild.
Succession of moments.
Hold on. Let him have another opening sentence. Hold on.
The English have never invented anything. They've stolen everything.
Big if true.
Hey, we admitted that.
That's valid.
You can say they invented beans on toast. We'll give you beans on toast. Nobody likes them.
Huge. It's huge. Not huge, but huge.
No, the English invented time. Because if you want to know what time it is anywhere around the world, you got to
Aren't you a fucking ginger? Shouldn't you be Irish coded?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? The Christians invented your whole fucking calendar. Okay, get fucked, Wildheart, you filthy atheist.
Didn't they create Uranus too?
What year is it? Is it 2026, Wildheart? From what? Of the year of our fucking Lord? Not fucking. That sounds blasphemous. The year of our Lord. Okay.
Oh yeah, the year of our Lord.
Uranus and shit.
That's interesting.
I know, Domini, bitch.
What was he born in -4 AD?
No, he was born in +4 AD. No, wait. Oh no, you're right. Oh yeah, AD. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Fine. -4. Okay, you confused me. He said
my confused me. Confluence, you lost that one. You lost.
Okay, you know, fine.
All because of a language barrier, man. Who would have guessed it?
I misspoke.
But in the Bible, it says that Jesus was born on the. It doesn't actually say the date. It says
I was ready to jump on you.
-4.
It's gonna rip your balls off if you think about it.
Yeah, the Bible's not specified when Jesus was born.
Yeah, it does twice, but they both disagree with each other.
No, it does not.
I was gonna say I don't think there's no timetable for when he's born.
We only know it We only know it from the censuses that were done, because that's why they went to fucking Bethlehem and like other historical stuff. There's nothing in the Bible that says, because they didn't have the fucking dating system. So I don't even know what you possibly would argue.
They used a different calendar, didn't they?
That's what I mean. So they're not going to say Jesus was born in the 4th year before Christ. That's not
they're going off generations. And
the English are like the French, but worse.
Right, in actual fact,
English
are like
you
can't take
it says
back.
in the Bible.
At least the French help.
Oh, that's true.
Let me fucking finish, you ignorant cunt.
We thought you were finished.
Give me that dopamine. Give me that dopamine. Let's go.
Wildheart, shut the fuck
Keelan, you
up.
gotta yell. See, you were talking about needing to yell. Keelan, you gotta give us a yell. Yell at Wildheart.
Suck a cock, Wildheart.
Let's do a little practice, you know?
Yeah,
Full screen them.
You gotta get angry, Keelan.
No.
Give me your angry, your evil tabernacle. Give me your angriest. Be
Remember,
angry.
remember, his people colonized your people.
Be angry at me. Imagine I'm saying untoward stuff about Muhammad and Aisha, and I'm not reading what you wrote. I'm too busy to read your revisionist history, so I'm just like typing, just off of vibes alone. Okay, embrace that anger that you're feeling. Channel it to me.
You missed the point. I have biting words. They don't need to be loud. They hit you where it hurts.
You said I can't yell. You said that. So I'm trying to, method act with you, okay?
I said I can't yell because like I'm such a loud person.
You gotta become more nonchalant, okay?
No, we don't want to learn that.
No, more chalant? I don't know. Fuck.
You want to put a cucumber where?
It says in the Bible.
I'm very loud. Wildheart, what do you know about the
says
Bible?
In the Bible,
shut the fuck up.
It says in the Bible. No, it doesn't.
Shut the fuck up.
Cucumber in your where?
Shut the fuck up.
What I'm saying is, it says in the Bible that Jesus was born -4 BC.
It does not say that.
What's the verse?
-4 BC.
Tell me the verse. Tell me the chapter.
It does not say that anywhere. It doesn't say that anywhere in the Bible.
Oh, can I finish your fucking sentence without being interrupted?
Yeah, okay, can you do us a favor and say the verse first?
Yeah, verse and chapter, and then tell us what you want to tell us.
That pissed.
Yeah, please.
Because I'm pretty sure you're on fucking AI, and AI giving you a summary.
Yeah, fuck off. You fucking
No, just say the verse and the chapter. Chapter and verse, etc. I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic.
That's okay. You could be illiterate like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna repeat. If you use AI, you're gonna repeat what I just said. We use stuff like the census that happened. We used other historical events combined with the Bible to date it. The Bible doesn't give a date. We just take what the Bible says and then we cross-reference it with other historical texts, and we arrive at a approximate date of 4 BC. But it honestly depends. It doesn't have to be 4 BC. It depends on what you look at.
Stop.
No, it says he was born in the reign of, I can't remember the name, but then it says he was born in the reign of Herod.
I'm sure that story and chapter and verse will tell you.
So exactly what I just said.
Proves the Bible.
So so proves the Bible. I hate when
you have to argue
talk about the Bible like that.
You're all
hey, it says the in the Bible.
Confluence. Why do you always defend the Bible, but you don't defend everything else?
Because I'm a Christian, I guess. If so.
Why don't you defend literally everything else?
I steal and everything else, but that's me being honest.
Before an ignorant American cunt
I can't
Can you share the screen,
accurately defend something I don't agree on without stealing
We'll kick your ass again.
Yeah, you're talking to a 2-time World War champion over here.
Eat your ass out of the country at the Battle of New Orleans, and he
starts at the balls.
For kicking your ass out.
Confluence, can you share my screen, please? The exact date and year of Jesus' birth are unknown. The historical evidence is insufficient to allow for consistent dating. However,
this is what he's saying, Wildheart.
Shut the fuck up!
Let me
finish a fucking sentence.
We just read it faster than you're reading it.
We read it faster than you're talking. We understand.
However,
you said it's in the Bible that it says he's born in 4 BC.
Holy shit! You don't got to get mad because we read faster, bro. I'm dyslexic and I can read faster.
I was right, and you can
retarded.
Hey, Confluence, I'm illiterate. Can you read that for me?
Yeah, maybe Wild Heart, if you could read it one more time.
If I could
We
finish,
need an argument between Wildheart and Kirk. They would just be talking past each other the entire time.
Yeah, there'd be nothing
Yeah,
would
if I
happen,
could
but it'd be
finish it.
entertaining.
So you were wrong,
Wild
Wildheart.
Heart, I shared your screen. You said, Wild Heart, be real with me. You said that it says in the Bible he's born in 4 BC. It doesn't say that.
Real
The whole time I've been saying that it happens with, you have historical data and you combine that with what the Bible says, like things like the census that I talked about, and like what you said, the reign of Herod.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
That's a long time. I'll give you 15. How about that?
All right. The exact date and year of Jesus' birth are unknown. The historical evidence is insufficient to allow for consistent dating. However, most modern historians and biblical scholars generally estimate he was born in 6 BC.
We read that already, Wildheart. We understand. The thing is, it's that's not in the Bible. What you're reading, it says most biblical scholars agree. That doesn't mean that says it in the Bible.
Do you think biblical? Oh, you sick fuck! Where do you think biblical scholars get their fucking information
He's calling you
from?
thick
Do you think
now.
it's the Bible?
Yeah, you sick fuck
Do you think it's the
conflict.
Bible?
Confluence has a
I
fatty
don't think
according to Wildheart.
I don't think you understand what biblical scholarship means. It doesn't mean you just read the Bible and then quote a verse. Otherwise, you would be able to provide a verse, which you obviously can't do, which is why you're using an AI summary that already agrees with what everyone said 15 minutes ago. Biblical scholar means you're using the Bible. You're also using historical data. You're coming to some consensus. It doesn't mean you're relying on the Bible alone for everything you say. So yes, they're using the history that's in the Bible. They're cross-referencing it with extra biblical history, and they're coming to that date. Does that make sense? We agree, Wildheart. We agree. I'm just saying there's no verse that says Jesus was born in 4 BC. We're using the Bible plus, if we only had the Bible, put it this way, if this makes it simple, if we only had the Bible, we had no historical documents, we couldn't date Jesus at all. We'd have no idea. Does that make sense?
The reign of King Herod.
Did you hear what I said, Wildheart?
Sorry, I cannot finish your fucking sentence, you ignorant American cunt.
Can you finish? Hey, Wildheart, you have one mouth. You have one mouth and 2 ears. Use them.
You should listen twice as much as you talk.
Well, there it goes. Hey, that's Keelan's guy. That's his atheist buddy.
Yeah, Keelan. I
don't need.
He's on your team.
Any atheist buddy.
That's your teammate, Keelan. You better go check on him.
Nobody has presented a convincing argument for the existence of God on this panel since I've joined months ago.
I think he didn't like my name.
I mean, really? To be honest,
have you heard Zerka's argument? That's very convoluted. You ever read Tugby? Okay.
Confluence, can you bring up the notes? Bring up the notes. I'll try and make the argument.
I think if you looked at the Matrix enough, Keelan, you'd understand. Okay.
I'm not doing this right now. I'm gonna go to bed.
We're about to talk about eugenics, Keelan. Okay.
If you want an interesting argument, it doesn't necessarily prove the Christian God, but I could send you a video on the argument for motion that Thomas Aquinas made. I've been getting into it. I find
it'll be like hours of my life I'll never get back.
No, it's like 10 minutes. It's like a 10-minute song. Yeah. It's real.
One thing about me, and that is that if you send me a video, I am probably not going to watch it.
That's why I asked. I didn't want to waste my time sending a video, and your DMs go for
if you listen to my song I said so many times, Keelan, because I fucking maybe you still lied to me. Who knows?
The video's only 10 fucking minutes, he said.
Yeah, it's a 10-minute video.
The only way you can get me to ingest any media that you send me is music. I'll usually do, depending, like if it's fucking trapped, I will not listen to it for obvious reasons. But if it's someone I know or someone adjacent to someone I know, I'll be okay with it. Or if you give me a book recommendation that's actually interesting. Otherwise, if you send me a video and it's 10 minutes long,
I've actually
I can give you the document where Thomas Aquinas first laid it out. It's a little dry though.
You want to read the Summa Theologica, Keelan? It's not finished, but you could read it.
Some say he's gonna finish it. Some say
one day.
Y'all,
inshallah.
Y'all, I don't know if this is like a heavily taken opinion on the panel or across the panelverse. I don't think you can argue for the existence of God logically. I think it has to be something that's experiential. So like whenever someone's arguing for God to me, I'm like, well, that's big if true, as Testy would say. But if I don't have that faith component, I'm just going to say your argument is bullshit.
I don't disagree. I think there's a lot of compelling
agree.
arguments, but I think there's compelling arguments in the other direction too. And I think a lot of them end up being abductive or just come down to intuition. This is what I was saying to Let's Chief when he was trying to fucking cuck me, that I think it's like we intuitively find the arguments more compelling if we already like have the experience. Because there's no atheist out there. You know, when like Christian people will be born Christian and they become atheist. I've never talked to an atheist in my life that used to be Christian that had continuous, robust experiences of God and then just decided through rationality that God doesn't exist. It's always like they're not experiencing God, or it's like it's not what they wanted it to be. And so they're losing some experiential aspect and then they go into the atheism, or that maybe they never had it to begin with, which is fine. But I think that's usually the order of operations. I don't think anyone is coming, and then probably vice versa. I don't think there's even, I think Alex O'Connor and William Lane Craig, I think both agreed with this, that there's no Christian, or there's blessedly few that will even say that like that there was no experience first and they just like read the right argument and then they became a Christian. Like that almost like never seems to happen. Like you have an experience, something changes you, and then you find an argument that will justify post hoc your belief. Good to see you, Testiger Johnson.
Yeah, I saw all the crazy people left, so I saw my opportunity.
Yeah, you need to come get your mans. He was crashing out.
Which one's my mans?
I did read Mind and Cosmos by Thomas Nagel, and he's an atheist. But he was. I
know who he is. Fuck that guy.
He's arguing against reductive materialism and that it can't explain like all of these. He seems to be really obsessed with consciousness, but it can't explain consciousness, at least not yet. And then he's like, well, we can either argue it will eventually be able to explain it through better tools. And if it can do that, then I think.
So did I just... Oh, sorry. Are you done? I don't want to cut you off.
Wow, asshole.
But that's the only argument I see that you could convince someone to like give God a good chance, is if they fall into that belief or think it's logical that reductive materialism or physicalism can never explain everything.
What I heard was it sounds like you guys are all agreeing that it is not logical to believe in God, which I think is pretty based.
Wait, no.
It's
not
illogical.
That's what you said.
It's not illogical.
I think there's logical arguments for it. I just don't think it's the most compelling. I think Keelan's right when he says like personal testimony.
I brought up this point before. It's like critical race theory, right? It's like your lived experience is the important aspect, and that's what you lead with. So, yeah.
The worst fucking example.
Can we bring Wildheart back?
Critical race theory is like religion if you think about it.
It kind of, the belief structure. Yeah, because doesn't that what critical race theory does though? It's all about your
but in like a gay way, in a fucking gay way.
You said it.
I'm saying that's a symmetry breaker would be the gayness if you think about it. Okay?
All right, that's my bad.
That makes sense.
To what Keelan was saying though, because I've called myself, I still don't have a great vocabulary for it. I'm not like, I haven't gone all the way down the rabbit hole to try to like explain what these terms are, because I reach a point where I'm just like, it gets so abstract where I'm just like this, not that it doesn't have meaning to me, but it does almost break down into a point where it's like a vibe, to the point where I'm like, I can't convey this, I don't think, to somebody else. So like, I call myself a reluctant like dualist. And it's kind of what Keelan was saying at the end there. It's like, well, I don't think we'll ever have like hard, like a physicalist accounting for every atom, every aspect of the universe. And so almost by default, I have to accept the position that there either could be or there will be unexplained things. And like that can also include like metaphysical things. So like, that's why I'm the true agnostic. I'm always saying I'm open to all of this stuff, and but like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're just like IJ if you think about it, right?
You dare say
you're so open. You're so open. You're just waiting. And if God knew, He would prove Himself to Testy. So you know what? You don't even need to worry about it.
Well,
I don't know if you guys.
If your heart is sealed to God, it won't open. So like. If it's sealed, it's kind of over.
Sure, it wasn't always sealed to God, though, right? Like I used to be Christian. I had a faith up until I was about 15 or 16, and then
What happened?
and then my balls dropped, and then I
At
realized,
15?
yeah, I was a late bloomer.
Wait, Testy, so that picture of you on your profile, you're not 15 in that, are you? We're gonna have to ban you if it is.
Oh,
that's when they fully came in. Yeah.
Testicles. Why don't you believe in God right now?
Well, again, I'm agnostic. I think there could be something you call a God. I don't believe in like the dogmatic versions of God, so I wouldn't believe in like an Islamic, like I don't in Allah or like Jesus Trinity, like all the stories, like those types of things. I think all of those are man-made.
Oh, just experience God though, Testy. Don't worry about that shit.
I
plan
to try DMT one day, and I do want to have a conversation with God. So,
Testy, did you do what you said you would do? Did you do the Black Mirror thing?
Yeah, I did do the thing, and like it's what I kind of said. Yeah, and like my face was super distorted, and I also like started getting super creeped out because it was like there was shit behind me, and like it like blends with your like peripheral vision, and it was freaky. All right, it was kind of freaky.
How long did you do it for?
So I didn't time it. I just kind of stared until it started happening.
Like once creepy shit started happening, did you stop right away, or did you like embrace it for?
Maybe a minute. Like
because it gets worse the longer you go.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because after a minute, I was like, "Oh, this is pretty fucking nuts." But then I was just like, "Okay, well, I experienced it. I got it." So I didn't like maybe I'll try it longer next time.
Give it at least 5 minutes.
I'm glad you fucking got. I'm glad you saw the shit. You know, I'm glad you saw the shit. What I didn't want to like poison your expectations. The thing that creeps me out the most when I do it is I will see myself blinking, but I'm not blinking. So I'm watching my reflection blink back at me, but my eyes are not blinking at all, which like that's a fucking trip for me. That's a fucking trip because I'm not blinking, but I'm seeing myself in my real vision fucking blinking, and I'm like, that's not me anymore.
So scary shit. I don't know if you know what we're talking about. So there's like, I don't know if there's a term or a name for it, but it's like you stare at basically like a black or a reflective surface like in the dark. Not obviously not pitch blackness, but like for me it was my computer monitor, like with the lights in my room off. But you stare at like a dark reflective surface or a reflective surface in the dark. Just stare at your reflection, and after like a couple of minutes, you're like you start to see weird shit. Like you'll see your face starting to distort. You'll see other faces like behind you and like morphing. And I guess Confluent saw himself blinking even though he wasn't blinking. So
I've experienced something similar. It wasn't a reflective surface, but there's been times like I think I was like 13 or 14, and I was staring into darkness to where I couldn't make out any type of figure and anything like that. And eventually, staring there so long, my imagination would then start to play, and then I would start to see things move and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'd probably get a better I guess outcome if I stared at something reflecting my actual face. But it's a creepy feeling. Your mind will start to play tricks on you, and you'll start to see shit and stuff like that.
The problem is, and this is why I don't like. I want to test you this because it's the fastest way to get like results to know that this is a thing that your mind will do. But having your reflection lends itself to like it feeling more creepy. So the general term for this is scrying. I don't know if I mentioned that before. That's a general term. The specific method is a black mirror, but it's the same thing. Like that's why there's a trope of like people like witches having like crystal balls. That's what they're doing with the crystal balls. They're staring into them. Right. Well, yeah. That could be like both things, but yeah, it's like anytime you can stare into liquid, you can stare into obsidian, you can stare into a crystal ball, but that's the whole thing. Well, that's what you're doing if you're gazing into a crystal ball and like seeing the future or whatever. You're scrying. It's the same effect. The thing is, if you're seeing your own face, that makes your face very likely because
it almost seems
the pareidolia and all that stuff. You're more likely to see stuff. So the black mirror is very effective. Where if you just stare into like blackness, like Big Soda was saying, that's less creepy, but that's better in a way if you can actually see stuff, because then your mind's less likely to like be like, oh, I'm seeing a demon. Whereas when I was seeing my face melt and my eyes blinking, it's fucking terrifying. And I'm like, it feels like it's a little untoward.
It's just because like I wasn't actually seeing a reflection. Like I couldn't actually see anything. It was just pitch black. But like my mind would start to see things to where like it was moving. Like it would just be a random shape like moving, or it'd be like something was crawling out of the darkness. But I couldn't see a direct image. It was a very freaky experience.
I have a theory. Testicles, are you mixed race?
Not to my well, I'm 1/16 Iranian, which I found out like a couple months ago. Which because my great grandmother, my grandmother on my mom's side. There's a great grandmother on my mom's side. I found out was Iranian, so I was like, hell yeah, dude, I'm down for the cause. And I've been told that like one of my, so I don't know if it's grandmother or if it was like great grandmother, but like somebody on my dad's side was like, he said he wasn't sure if she was black or if she was just extremely dark skinned like Indian. So I was like, maybe there's some black in there, but in terms of mixed,
you never asked her?
Both my parents are like, as far as I can tell, like I don't know, of East Indian descent, and like they're direct grandparents as well. So
it's got a little Ashkenazi in it.
My theory is that since I am truly mixed race, I wouldn't experience this because I'm not inbred.
Holy fuck!
that was a good setup. I mean, yeah, you teed it up. You teed it up well.
Well, wait, Testy experienced it. So, Testy, do you think you could be a little inbred?
I mean, we're all a little inbred, right?
Okay, that's why.
That's why I asked if
we're all a big family. If you think,
yeah, but there is only one human race.
Yeah,
that's why I asked if we're all mixed race, or anyone else is a mixed race, because like everyone else here is white or
not that I'm aware of.
Testicles case, Indian.
I'm blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm pure.
As God intended, yes.
It's funny because I'm not.
Oh, thank you. I love you too, Paige. In like a platonic way. I know you're married, so not to make it weird.
I used to have red hair, and now it's
you
gray.
made it weird.
My eyes are gray.
It wasn't weird until you made it.
Someone sent him the HR form. Okay.
I'll get right on that. Give me a few minutes.
I don't want to get me too. All right. Sorry.
I'm
gonna too late. Too late.
I'm going to start a movement for mixed people, and we're going to have our own supremacist movement. It's going to be incredible. And our numbers will only grow.
The mixed supremacy.
Our numbers will only grow.
Well, that's what they forecast, you know.
Wait, Egg, you
they say they're trying to replace us, okay, Keelan? That's what they tell me, okay. We'll see.
Egg was telling the story. I wanna hear it.
Oh, my hair used to be red, but now it's gray, and I have green eyes.
Wait, used to be, when you say red, used to be ginger?
Yeah.
Oh damn! I never knew. Yeah, because every time I've seen you, I guess it's gray now. I can't even picture you as a ginger.
Damn, Ag, when did you get a soul?
When I was like I think I was like 32, 33 maybe, and I started getting gray hairs. Everything where it was red and ginger, it started turning gray.
Dude, I'm starting to get the grays. I'm 37, turning 38 this year, but like, I know, man, and like, you know what the
Confluence is like 41.
I'm waiting for Tessie to say the thing he said Discord. I'm just waiting. To see when that comes up.
But like, what I was gonna say is definitely, I didn't say this in Discord, but for me, the moment where I'm like, this shit's getting real, because I'm getting grays in my beard and like my chest and my arms, or like whatever. But once you get that first gray pube, I was like,
that's what you said in the Discord. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I didn't
that's what you fucking said.
Sorry,
I can tell you that's not when it all ends, because that happened a long time ago, and I'm still good.
But I'm just saying that was where I was like, oh, this shit's for real. Like that was like,
it's affecting my entire body. Fuck.
Yeah.
One part and I are the only young people on panel.
Yeah, it's true. You guys are a little bit.
Big Soda's like almost the same age as me. Okay,
I'm fucking 30. You're 41.
I'm not 41. I'm like
I might
32
be the oldest.
and 34.
I just turned 42.
I'm going into my 31st birthday in July.
Okay, we're basically the same age.
I'm older. Show some
we'll see. When I say my age, I don't have to use the range of like 8 years.
Hey, I give like a 2-year range, okay, or I guess 3-year range.
That's kind of
these guys.
It is very woman coded.
A woman never tells, Testy. Okay, I'm sorry. It's 2026.
No kiss and tell.
Yeah.
Bro, have you ever? I've met chicks like that, and I kind of understand. Like, there's like, like the women who they're like in their 50s or 60s and they dye their hair like jet black. And it's like, you're not fooling anybody. Like, just, I'm not saying like,
Yeah.
there
I
is
could get some just for men and
yeah. Like, I'm not like opposed to it. I just like, it looks so unnatural. I'm like,
oh yeah.
Which again, I'm like, there's something to be said about aging gracefully, or you could do like the highlights, or like do it a brown, or like something less dramatic. But like, when you're like wrinkled and your hair is like
50, you think that's
I'm about to
untoward?
shave my beard.
That's crazy.
You
I
guys
think
aren't
you're
gonna
like saying you're
recognize
like
me.
80 or something.
I
I don't know.
This isn't
50?
just for women. Wait, I have an example. Keemstar. If you bring up a picture of Keemstar, I don't know how old he is right now, but he like always is like jet black hair. He's always dying,
and
it just
there's anything wrong with that.
It just looks weird. He's 44.
Yeah, of course you wouldn't compliment. You have every color hair under the sun.
How many times have you dyed your hair to keep the grays away?
I don't know. If
Never.
they really. I can't find
never.
a photo of Keemstar with his fucking hat on. Holy shit! Every single
there's no-
photo is him with
there's
his
no
hat
picture of
on.
Confluence's hair is obviously dyed right now.
No, 100%.
Look, have you ever seen my fucking intro video that I use all the time? Okay, it shows me dyeing my hair or shows someone else dyeing my hair in the fucking video. It's not like I'm fucking hiding that.
He even dyes his beard.
You don't know that. You don't
What
know
are you-
that.
What
And
are you scared of?
You don't know if I dye my pubes. You don't know that either,
don't-
Keelan. You don't fucking know
That's
if
the
I dye my
first thing you
pubes.
started with.
I didn't think so until you said that.
You brought that up.
Yeah, no, that was a
No, I feel like that was just a natural flow
So
of the
do
conversation.
you?
Dye my pubes? A woman never tells. Okay.
Yeah.
Take your shirt off.
Never
Take
tells.
your shirt off. We've never confirmed
No.
that Confluence is
I'm too flabby. I'm too soft. Okay, I'm not gonna take my shirt off.
We've never
Not without
confirmed
the
that he's
super
not
chat.
straight
I'll
up.
take mine off if you take yours off.
How much of a super chat?
Yeah.
Oh, I went
We
through
need
this
some
before.
super chats.
I made a goal to take my shirt off for $100, and it got dangerously close. And then
what
I
about
woke
a
up the
goal-
next day when I was sober, and I was like, "That was the worst super chat goal I ever made in my life."
Is that the goal
that'd be
tonight?
horrible. No,
$100.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no. That's the internet's forever. The internet's forever, man.
I was on Speakeasy's channel and he had a 20K goal to shave his beard. And I'm like, man, come on, 20K is way too
I bet
fucking
I
high.
could get. Yeah. Let's do a goal
Fucking
for my beard.
$1,000. I'll shave it right here, right now.
Eggs beard. Like,
Yeah, $100 I would shave too.
100
Egg, I would
think
expect
Egg has, I feel like Egg has
cost
to
a
pick
bit
price.
more.
You're like, you shave your beard for $100. Yeah.
I'll shave it
I will-
for
I will-
no less
Jesse, that's
than
Esty, I
$500
will be
one-time stream.
jawline. Okay, so
500
for me it should be more.
You heard the price, $500 in one stream.
500.
Doable. K2 will
500 one stream. I'll do it on camera. You can watch.
He says for
said
$1,000,
baby-faced.
you can come shave it.
I'm gonna do it myself, but it's gonna be all fucked up and shit.
I don't know how much you can fuck it up if you're shaving the whole thing off. Besides I guess cutting yourself, but
Well, I mean, other than to prove that I did it on stream, and then after that, I'll fix it up.
I'll be honest. Confluence, if you fucking if you get a $200 super chat, I'll fucking shave my head on camera. I don't think I've cut my hair in fucking years.
See, that's good. You guys are fucking married. See, shave your head for 100. No, I would not shave my head for $100. Like maybe I'd bick it. Well,
Okay,
no, I
that's
wouldn't bick it.
true. That's
I would,
true. I don't have to
number
worry
one or
about
number
anything.
two. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like getting old. What's the equivalent of eggs? Well, I guess I don't want to say my sperm are drying up, but yeah, I'm trying to have a family. I can't be
Dude,
like fucking
I'm fucking
shaving.
good. What the
That's
fuck
fucking
you
wild,
talking about,
Confluence.
man? Yeah, that's fucking
I don't know
fucked up.
the biological clock.
That's a
I saw the
wild
shoe on
assertion that my
I saw
sperm
the
is
shoe on
drying
head
up.
video.
No,
I saw the shoe on
egg.
head.
Egg. He didn't say egg sperm is drying up. He said eggs. Like what's like eggs?
Yeah, eggs.
sperm drying
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Like a grilled Polish.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I'm illiterate, so I didn't read that right.
You know what? Now I'm not so sure. Confluence. Why the fuck would you say that to egg?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fucked
Well,
up.
that sounds
Just
a
because
little
I'm
untoward as
old
well.
doesn't mean
That's true.
my sperms is be drying. So
Yeah, my man Abraham was out there having them at 80.
Dude,
Well,
you
are
know
you
what
saying your sperm is wet? That's an equally strange thing to
Abraham
say.
married a 3-year-old girl.
I just know my teeth.
I don't
No,
think
he
you can
didn't.
prove that.
That's not true. That's not true.
You know who
tradition
did though.
is that
You know who
Yeah.
did though.
Funny you should mention that.
She was at least twice that age.
Oh, dude, see, Paige is
Oh,
It's
good
true,
point,
at least-
Keelan. You're right.
At least
You're right.
twice.
I want
Jewish
dreads.
tradition holds that Abraham married a 3-year-old and she was his sister.
Well,
The Jewish tradition. What did we look up the other day? That it said that Job's daughter was Dinah from like fucking Judges in the Jewish tradition, which it never says in Job at all. Fucking retardism, obviously. So you can't trust the Jewish tradition.
It's at least 3 times because technically he didn't consummate the marriage till she was 9.
Yeah, he was just thawing, right? He's just thawing.
A whole Big Soda. There's a whole revisionist argument.
You guys know what that is?
No, I do know that feeling. I do know there's an argument for an older age of like 14 and 15.
Yeah, the revisionist. The revisionist. No, thawing is not. No, thawing is not. You are not letting it marinate. Thawing is, well, thighs.
The revisionist argument at the very least calls into question the accuracy of the age in the Hadith, because it's like these other things are true. So,
even though the Hadith directly says the age, to be clear.
They were kept as oral traditions and then written down like hundreds of years later.
Yeah, I guess they fucked that up. It's weird to fuck it up in that direction too. The criterion of embarrassment, I guess, I don't know. It's a weird typo to make, 6.
But still, Jewish tradition holds that Abraham married a 3-year-old who was also his sister.
That's Jewish tradition. There's nothing. That's like, we're talking now like 3,000 years after the event. Some freaking Jewish scholar is like, oh yeah, I think this is true. Right? Like, we're actually talking 3,000 years after the event. So like, why would we at all trust that? It's like the Lilith thing that me and Big Soda were talking about. It's like so far beyond that. It's like, why would we give a shit when someone says 3,000 years later?
Sounds like
I
coke
give a
to
shit.
me.
Yeah, the Lilith story is wild. Like, there's some people that'll take that and run.
You have this faith in Christianity, so you have to figure out these mental gymnastics to continue.
Look, in a lot of cases, yes. In this case, absolutely not. There's no mental gymnastics to go through. I don't have to do mental gymnastics.
That's exactly what people who are doing mental gymnastics say.
Really? A text that's 3,000 years after the events? Come on.
Mental gymnastics.
Yeah, it sounds like apologia to me.
He was defending sex slavery last night.
It's the same argument for the Mormon.
I was not. I was in fact not.
Wasn't that today he was defending it?
No, there was kind of both, but not in the defending way. Not in the defending way.
Yeah, last night he was like,
that's what somebody would say if they weren't defending it.
I wasn't explaining. Yeah, I'm doing apology now, I suppose. I wasn't excusing it. I was just giving the historical context,
Wait, how do you feel about this? Because I'm pretty sure this is in the Bible somewhere, right? If you were to die, like married to a woman, and you die, do you think that your brother should be allowed to fuck your wife?
Actually, I think we talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, we did, but not like when you say fuck. I would say in a specific cultural context. Especially where a widowed woman is like there's no OAS or that's a Canadian thing, I guess. But there's no like old age stuff for Social Security or anything for back in the day. So yeah, I think that's totally fine. Not fuck, but marry.
Okay, all right.
If you reverse the sexes,
have wives bequeathed to them.
Once they're married, though, then isn't that weird to think about like your brother?
See, I say all this shit about Christianity.
It doesn't happen when they're both married. It happens if you're if you leave someone a widow, they would die otherwise, right?
That's Judaism.
My brother
Christianity is just the DLC, but I see all of this, and I still don't get it.
Then marry your brother? You must hate your fucking brother.
No, I'm fine with my brother. I just think it's weird to imagine my brother doing that.
Would you rather her die?
No, I'd be take care of her. I don't want him to marry her and have sex.
Well, and a lot of times that's what it meant because when brothers would die, they would be I would assume there would be a vast majority of them that are of old age, and so when those widows are passed, I presume they're going to brothers who are also similar age.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. What if the wife died and then you wanted to marry the sister?
I mean,
that's a little different because in the first one we're talking about a bequeathment. So when your brother died, your wives will be passed on to the brother.
Just swayed me. He just convinced me.
I mean, what if the sister's really hot? It's not. I mean, that's not really inbred.
Don't be sexist testy. If you allow one, you gotta allow both.
Yeah, I mean, you could get yeah. All right. You know what? I'm on board. Fuck it.
Be testing. We'll bring you back in. Don't worry.
What if
You're coming closer to Christianity every day.
wait, maybe you could justify multiple wives this way? Because what if the brother's already married and then like you die, and then it's like, oh fuck, like what do I do now? And then it's like, okay, you can join my harem.
I love that Tessie is literally recreating a literal biblical parable that Jesus talked about.
Well, no, I mean, I believe it's traditionally like the woman could not.
What if like 7 people died and now everyone asked them who is she married to in heaven and all this stuff. So this is a real thing that was talked about in the New Testament.
The shit, the big soda dropped.
I think traditionally though, the woman was not allowed to remarry if she became a widow, but the widower, the man, was.
Well, no, in Jewish stuff, she's supposed to marry the brother. That's why the Pharisees try to cuck Jesus with that question.
If the woman
this
died,
happened 7 times and now she has 7 husbands, or he has 7 wives, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, because if you had, let's say you have 7 brothers and all of your brothers are married and then all of your 7 brothers die, then you would theoretically, according to Jewish law, you would have 8 wives. So that's the thing.
That's a pretty sick loophole. I mean, it sucks because all your brothers died, though.
Well, yeah, that's the but there's a silver lining where you get to fuck all your brothers' wives. So,
So, I mean, yeah.
Hey, say my name and tell me if it sounds familiar.
72
bourbons.
Oh, I get it. I get it. You gonna take that, Keelan?
Yeah, you gonna take that, Keelan?
Yeah, Keelan.
I think that specific thing's from a hadith. I'm pretty sure, right?
It is. It's not in the Quran itself.
Yeah.
Aisha's
I don't know how they really
bad.
get to that.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's not good.
But then again, I notice some people accept it, some people don't, and that's fair. I don't know anything about the history of it.
Specific hadith isn't as authoritative, but the ones that talk about her age seem very authoritative. Hers is a little less still accepted by a lot of people. I think Keelan would even agree, but it's less accepted.
Yeah,
because it comes a bit later.
Because I'm pretty sure in hers they start talking about like the weird cum stories of Muhammad.
Well, that's what I say. Yeah, there's a passage of her, washing the cum off of her clothing.
Could not hear, and then I heard like my name said. What's happening?
We're talking about that story you told us back in the day about your cum towel,
about your face,
about how you accidentally used it on your face.
What are you talking about?
Your face. It's all about. We're talking about.
Said enough.
Yeah, we'll just let dead fish lie there.
Yeah, that's good.
No, what did you say, Conf?
Oh, we were talking about we brought up Aisha's hadith, and we talked about it, like some people accepting it, some people not, and that which led us into the story of Aisha washing the cum clothes.
Yeah. Which is
that's pretty much how that went.
Yep.
Aisha is one of the most influential women in history. I'm gonna go and swirl some mouthwash in my mouth.
I could make a very untoward joke, but I will not.
Because when I kind of poop on Christianity and stuff because I'm surrounded by all you Christians, but like I am like equally as against like the beliefs of like Islam and whatnot. And I used to have these conversations with people, and I knew this girl. She was Muslim. She was nice enough, but I remember once I was like, Islam is, in my opinion, like the most sexist of all of the religions. And I like started quoting some stuff, and her response was, "Well, Muhammad had a daughter," and I was like, my head almost exploded. I was like,
that squares it out.
I was like, that's not a counter argument. What are you talking? Like, so what? So what if he had a daughter? It's like, yeah, that can't be that bad, right? And I was just like, so like, yeah, I hit my head against the wall with some of that stuff, but and kind of out of respect for Keelan, I do feel like he's the underdog a lot of the time. So I'll back Islam, like ironically, but in reality, yeah, no, I have like zero respect for their religion. If we're talking like apples to apples, I think Islam is probably
definitely in how it's like. I understand that Keelan is like more of a Quranist, where he doesn't really seem to. I don't know if he's kind of evolving over time, but he's not a big fan of the hadiths compared to the Quran.
Yeah,
and
really bad.
Yeah, it's like the Quran itself. Yeah, it's like it's not as bad, although there still is like fucked up sexist passages for sure. But yeah, if you look at the modern expression, at least, I don't think you could deny that Islam is the most sexist religion,
right,
of anything. I mean, like at least how it's expressed. So I'm not saying, Keelan, I know you're swirling your mouth or whatever, but like, yeah, I'm not saying, but just like, you know, the female genital mutilation, the hijabs, the burqas, the niqabs, just all the stuff, just all the laws, the weird stoning stuff, and like the weird extremist things.
I think there's only one item of clothing that's actually ever mentioned in the Quran itself. I could be wrong. It's been ages.
But I'm talking about the modern expression. That's what I'm saying. So like I'm dichotomizing those. Yeah, like I'm not like obviously female genital mutilation doesn't mention the Quran either. But I'm saying that happens in Muslim countries.
Your best argument for this is that Christians don't practice Christianity that much anymore.
That's a fair retort, to be honest.
I think the better framing is that Christianity has survived and grown through the Enlightenment, and Islam has not.
Yeah, I already commented on this, that philosophy took over Christianity, and you don't believe in Christianity anymore. You follow philosophy.
I think the situation where we're not doing that stuff to women is a better reality than the one that the Islamic world lives in, is what I would say.
Islam, that seems unfair.
This has been argued before, whether you should go deep into theology or philosophy or do some mix of both. And I think Christianity is heavier on the philosophy side, but the argument for going into theology is that it's God. If you believe in God, why would you be like, oh, my human reasoning is better than what God
because God gave us, well, that's the thing. It should be a mix. Like at least to me, it's obvious. In fact, it should be a confluence, if you will, and you must, of all of these things, right? That's why even the Orthodox Church, right? Even the Catholic Church, Protestants are kind of like maybe on the more like Islamic side in that sense, where they're like the sola scriptura stuff, and sometimes solo scriptura, like the scripture only is the only thing. But, you know, like throughout church tradition, right, they'll use rationality, they'll use natural law, or what they consider natural law. They'll use a bunch of different vectors to arrive at the truth. Like it's never, church history is not a story of just like, it's not, you say it's overtaken, but that's really not accurate. That's not accurate. Like I understand what you're saying, but it's not like you're saying it like in a way that's like way too like solid. It's not like that. Like
I'm engaging in hyperbole. I'm engaging in hyperbole to prove two things. One of the things I'm proving is that you don't apply the same reasoning to Islam as you do Christianity, because you haven't.
I already agree with that.
You haven't commented at all on the fact that there's a large portion of Muslims who aren't on the theology side of things, and they are on the philosophy side of things. Just it's the same with Christianity. Like
I already agreed. If I'm trying to argue Islam, I'm steel manning, because I'm going to be honest about my biases. Obviously, I'm a Christian, so I'm going to steel man. Well, naturally, I'm going to naturally steel man Christianity in a way that won't even seem like I'm steel manning. When it comes to Islam, it's going to be an intentional act to try to like go into the mind and astral project myself into a Muslim's mind and think what they might say about it. So obviously I'm not fucking Reuters over here, you know.
That's insane.
It's not insane. It's just honest. It's just honest.
I understand that you categorize people like that, but I think if you looked at this in
categorize who like what?
Well, if you let me finish, if you look at this through a more human lens and notice that these people, so the overarching point of like the majority of what I say is that when we are thinking of these people in the world engaging in whatever religion, usually these extreme acts, the things we think are like truly abhorrent, are not due to the religion that they follow. It's due to the circumstances that they find themselves in.
Yeah, you're dialectical material. This is why you're weird, like Mohammedanism and the communism crossover is like, I mean, it's a crossover, I guess.
Well, here's my like, because this is the defense of all religions, because I kind of throw them, most of them in the same bucket. But like, I always say like, because it's just like a meme, like, or maybe not a meme, but in America it seems to be, where there's this thing where there's like no such thing as a moderate Muslim, and I'm like, Muslims, there are whatever how many billions of Muslims. The majority of Muslims are like maybe not moderate, but like they are not the fucking crazy like terrorists, or they don't have these fucking insane beliefs. Like same with most Christians, right? So like, but we do tend to focus on these extremes, and people could say that that's like downplaying a bunch of stuff, but like I just look at
no,
I look at it more broadly.
I know, but you're. I
don't
think you're.
Wait, I have one more thing.
I'll let you finish. I'm sorry. I'll let you finish.
I've said this before, but I also think that like Muslims in the Western world are like the culture changes how these things are expressed. Like, Muslims in the West are far more moderated than like culturally in the Middle East and etc. That's just
intriguing me so much. That's a fact. But testy. In our very land, we call home Canada. Okay, you know what today is, and what yesterday was. They go and they sacrifice goats. They take live goats and they kill them. And I'm not even saying that's a thing that happened in the past. So I'm not even like shitting on that. But it's not like Christians are doing that in Canada. That's not a thing. So you're saying it's like a super like that they're super moderate, but it's like they're moderate compared to like in other nations, or they're moderate compared to like these extremists. But that is still, that's not like
a nice goat
there's no
shank
Christians.
or some backstrap. That'd be great.
Confluence. What the fuck are you talking about? They sacrifice a goat. How many cows do you eat a week?
I know. How many cows are we ritualistically sacrificing?
Oh, it's the ritual. It's the ritual.
Well, when you pray over them,
it's in the name.
It's in the factory farm shit.
Yeah, because you wouldn't eat the ritual.
I'm not okay with it. Second of all, we have good tabernacle on the panel. Good to see good tabernacle. Man,
I am here.
So ripped. Holy shit.
Did you just get back from the gym, Tyler?
I'm here to bash.
You got a good
Muslims.
pump going, brother.
Thank you. I'm in Max. I'm here to bash some muzzies. Violence is written inherently into their holy text, and even the moderates participate in some acts that we find absolutely reprehensible. In almost no modern Islamic nation are there the same level of women's rights in a Western nation, and I want to say a majority of them don't even have laws banning incest. So at the end of the day,
you entered the discussion to talk past everyone and what we've been talking about.
No, I'm here to say moderates. There was definitely points made that I'm rebutting right now. Maybe not everything.
You're not rebutting anything. You're talking.
I don't think Tyler has nipples.
I don't have nipples.
Holy shit!
That's fucking crazy.
No, they're down. You see, they're down there at the bottom.
He does.
Yeah.
Oh no, he does have nipples.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. They're very low nipples.
They're a little sad. Yeah, they're a little sad. All right. And I had one.
He's still working on those.
Yeah, I had 2 kids.
You got to perk those nips up, brother.
Yeah, children destroyed my body.
That checks out. That checks out.
No, but the moderates to other countries that are Islamic jihadist countries are moderates by comparison, but they do not comport with Western values in a lot of ways, and most are secular. If you have secular, like I'm Muslim, like the same way fucking half of the U.S. is Christian and in name only, then okay, we're talking. But even moderates like support shit like fucking armed militants against.
No, this is fear mongering.
I don't know.
This is cheap propaganda. He can't prove most of these points.
Because if we were to take all of Christianity and we take the source material and what they appeal to, and we take Islamist and we take what they appeal to, I would say our source material is definitionally more moderate than Islamic source material.
I think if you read the Quran incorrectly, that's true.
Well, hold on. You don't just include the Quran, though. You include Hadith. You include a lot of other factors.
White savior half talking right now. It's just I'm the true interpreter of Islam. Ignore those fucking dozens of nations that disagree with me.
War as well, right? Like I understand there's wars in the Bible, but
yeah.
Like Muhammad himself was like a warrior, right? There's a lot of of that type of stuff in there, and maybe for good reason. But I would say I kind of agree with that. By modern standards, it is probably less compatible overall.
Honestly,
but that could be a massive bias because
real Islam has never been tried.
Well, I'm saying that also could be a massive bias because we were also raised in the Western Christian tradition, and
it's
so
not a bias.
We just see it as less.
I know you're trying to do
I love reading news stories that are oh, a bunch of Palestinians were killed in an Israeli strike, not a bunch of Palestinians were killed by Israel.
Hey, that got shit to do with us Christians.
Wow, yeah, the passive voice, crazy. Never heard about it before. But that Israel's not a race of Christians, if you think about it, Keelan, right? That's not modern day Christianity.
It's propped up by a Christian nation.
Like I think
Okay. Oh, so you agree the U.S. is a Christian nation? Okay, I'll have to use that.
You gotta take your wins where you can get them.
Israel stood on its own for decades. That's silly.
I think culturally, like Christianity in like Europe is different from Christianity in America, right? Like I think culture influences these things a lot more, and it's like Tyler's stupid fucking point about capitalism and socialism. He just wants to paint with this broad brush, and he's just like, well, if you can just assign this broad label to like the whole thing, then you get to lump everything together, right?
Don't really know what you're saying, but I understand you're upset that you took an L earlier.
He comes on here. He specifically comes on here to troll.
No, I believe exactly what I'm saying about Islam, and I think it bears out very well in the polling data that we have globally. We see even the moderates support extremist action at a significantly higher rate than any other religious group.
Yes,
what's that
stream. We pulled that up on stream. It's way higher than any other religion.
Testicles, could you believe this? Could you believe this? A region that has been getting fucked over by the rest of the world.
Oh, they're just
more violent than other regions.
No, I 100% agree with that, Keelan.
No,
that's true.
Region, it's not a region. The region thing is when it's a large percent, like I mentioned before, Pakistan, it's like something like 40% or sometimes or oftentimes okay with suicide bombings on civilian targets, and we pulled that up on stream.
Pull up the data right now.
We did this already.
Pull it up right now.
We fucking did this.
Pull it up right now.
All been proven.
We already
pull it up right now.
Pull
it up right now.
Let's do it one more time.
Are we going to go through the same thing? You want me to do the same thing we did before?
You understand there are billions of Muslims globally, right?
Yeah.
No, I didn't, Testy. I thought there was 5. You're saying there's more than 5?
26.
It's
Islam
just
is a monolith.
You don't realize how crazy it is to just paint with this broad brush and say
I'm not. If you think I'm painting with a broad brush, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying, but you're like.
Then why are you saying I'm painting with a broad brush?
Pigeonholing because you are.
How? What did I say? That's painting with a broad brush.
Tyler said even the moderate Muslims believe in these higher rates.
Yes.
A large percent.
The polling that you're talking about doesn't mention whether or not they're moderate or not. It just says whether they're Muslim or not in what country.
No, but even in moderate, I guess even in moderate countries, Tessie, would you agree with that? Because what you're saying, I don't know if that makes sense.
Wait, what's your question?
Christians have no sense of community, so they don't understand how other religions work.
Even in America, even in Canada, even in the UK, even in whatever country you want to name, if they're polled, they will have more extremist views than any other religion you could possibly think of. Right? That's what I'm saying.
For that, you have to quantify what you mean by extremist.
Support
Zionism is not extremist in their views.
Zionism is not extremist in any normal person's view. That Israel has
Zionism is not extremist in their views.
Yeah, the study I pulled up before about like suicide bombing on civilian targets being okay. You cannot find Christians thinking that, or Jews, or Sikhs, or any other fucking religion. You can't.
The
that's not going to
largest
be
suicide bombing in history was done by Christians.
I'm going to trigger you.
That's fine, but that's not addressing what I said at all.
I brought up this counterpoint before, where the majority of, like, I think it was Christian nationalists that were polled, says that it was okay to go into for the government to like bomb and attack other countries. So I think that they advocate their personal moral responsibility and say, well, we don't support suicide bombing, but that doesn't make them any more empathetic or good, because they still support killing other fucking people on the side.
I know, but okay, do you know? I know you know what you're doing. You know, like if you're polling Christian nationalists, I'm saying if you just do a poll of Muslims in the U.S., you don't have to try to find a Muslim nationalist. You don't have to find. You can just poll anyone who calls a Muslim and see what they say. You can poll anyone. That's what I'm saying. If you do all these countries, you're not going to find anything like what I'm talking about in a Christian country. Yeah, if you hyper specific to someone who calls them a Christian nationalist, you can probably find untoward stuff, right?
As soon as you name a
white supremacy, find insane things. Obviously.
No, you just made my point. This is what I'm saying. There are even different denominations of Christians, but when you're talking about Muslims, you're just saying all Muslims. When there's also different types of Muslims.
I'm not saying all Muslims. You are reading. You are reading into what I'm saying, and it's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying all Muslims.
Here's the
so then, what am I? You're saying I'm painting with a broad brush. You haven't presented a single instance where I am.
Well,
I'm not saying all Muslims. I'm making precise claims. I'm saying if you take a country and you look at the Muslims on average, I'm saying it's a higher percentage.
Joseph Kony's a Christian.
So
yeah, that's fine. Yes, I agree. Again, like Testy, where am I? What have I said that's painting with a broad brush?
Honestly, one half of your brain.
Hang on, I'm trying to steel man you, okay? And I think I understand what you're saying. You're saying
normal man me.
What?
You can just normal man me.
Just normal man. I mean, whatever floats your boat. Okay, so if I were to take, say, like a Muslim and a Christian, just two randoms, or maybe take a group of them, whatever, even in, say, like a very westernized country like Canada or the US, you're saying that even between those two, like, subsets, between those two groups, the Muslims would have more quote unquote like extremist views than the Christians would.
No, not generally.
On average.
Generally, it would be a majority Muslim, even moderate countries, is the data I've seen. Like if you take the most moderate Muslim nation of Indonesia, look at it, the moderates there are still significantly more extreme than things we'd accept in the United States.
Well, now there's two different claims being made, though.
Okay, that was the claim I initially made.
I understand.
I know, but Tyler,
you don't have any.
He's got a different study. He's got a different study.
I'm saying even in moderate countries, the average, if you look at average, obviously a random Islamic person could have a way more kind view of the world than a random Christian. But I'm saying on average, even in Canada and the US, they have more extremist views on average.
That's true. Secular Muslims are in the West much more often. Secular Muslims.
Compromise. I'm not going to accept the term like extremist, but if you were to say, like, they would probably have beliefs that are less or not compatible with Western values, then I'll probably grant you that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I agree. Extremist is a very extremist is a very kind of namby-pamby kind of word. Sure. I get that.
I will agree. I do think
I would agree with that.
And I am like, and this is this is my chud like right wing thing coming out, like, because these stories come up from time to time.
Embrace that part.
Well, what I'm saying is because the things that come up from time to time are these things like honor killings, right? Which I would, I don't attribute to any one religion, but it is absolutely a cultural thing.
You should though. No,
it's a cultural
what's
thing.
What's the honor killings of Christians in Canada?
But now you're just using this to dunk. I'm trying to be good faith here. What I'm saying is,
so am I.
What I'm saying is that there are certain things that I think are incompatible with like a liberal democracy, and that would be one of them. I think that's the kind of shit that you have to fucking leave if you're coming here. Like, you can't bring that shit with you. So like,
would you say they need to go back?
No,
would you say that?
No, I mean
the honor killings, the honor killers. You wouldn't say they need to go back.
I mean, 40,000 cases of FGM a year in the United States.
You know what's not extreme? Inflicting collective punishment on entire countries. That's not extreme. That's a very liberal democracy thing.
Nobody's saying we're doing that.
We are. We do it all the fucking time.
Not entire countries?
As I always say, we export our suffering to the global south. That's what I've always said.
Yeah, what do you think sanctions are, Tyler?
Sanctions are telling people that if you don't do this level of moral decency, it's saying you can't participate in our markets if you don't uphold.
What are you doing to Cuba right now? It's collective punishment.
No, they're just not allowed to participate in capitalist markets.
140 some girls in fucking Iran. You're not going to call that collective punishment?
A mistaken shot that wasn't intended.
Yeah, this is the exact shit I'm talking about. You defend extremism while calling
other. It's not defending it. It's definitionally
one side made a mistake. The other side does it intentionally. You're ignoring a massive factor.
The U.S. is intentionally bombing these countries. This is collective punishment.
You're using that word wrong. You're using a technical term and you're using it incorrectly. That's not what collective punishment means.
Who started the war?
The U.S.
With who? I'm asking who started the war that started in the Middle East that's been going on?
Very vague.
Who started it directly? What nations attacked other nations?
Being intentionally vague.
I'm asking the war that's currently going on in the Middle East that's been going on since October 2020. The giant war, the entire conflict that's been going on for years. Who started that?
You think that? So you're gonna cuck me
I'm
and
just
say that the
asking-
entire conflict started in 2023? That's bullshit, and you know it.
I'm saying this particular conflict. The entire conflict started the day that the UN voted Israel into existence and 6 Arab nations attacked it. But no, I'm talking about the current conflict.
That's when you think it started. That's bullshit.
No, it started actually long before that when Jews are being persecuted, unable to pray on the Temple Mount.
You think it was the
requested
Jews being
Israel
persecuted that
Yes.
started it? That's bullshit.
Absolutely. They're completely
You think the situation in the
outnumbered.
Middle East started because Jews were being persecuted? That's
Yes.
bullshit.
Yes. It's fucking factually proven. They're a
This
massive
shit was happening
minority.
before the Jews were
They're
leaving
a
Europe
tiny
and mass due to the
minority.
Holocaust.
They make a tiny amount of the people in the nation.
Bro, the
They've
Holocaust.
expelled-
Keelan, Tyler's talking about something that happened way before the Holocaust. What are you
Yeah.
fucking talking about?
Have you ever heard of the
he-
Nakba? Do you know how many nations have expelled Jewish people from being a member of their nation?
Well, Maryland would say
Over half of
109.
the world,
Maryland would say
109
109.
nations have said no fucking Jews are allowed in our nation. And you're pretending like this is the fucking aggressive
That
group?
does not give them the right to
At a certain
colonize
point, you got to blame the
They're
victim.
not. They're not. Palestine has no right to that fucking land. They're squatters, bro.
No,
There's a
that's
bunch of people that don't have legal right to a land.
There were
refusing
people
to leave and
there.
endorsing terrorists.
That's how I feel about Native
It doesn't
Americans.
matter if they're fucking already there. Their
Are you
nation
familiar with the white
does
paper?
not exist.
So to saying the quiet part out loud.
Are you familiar with the white papers? I think it was like 1930 something, maybe 29. Where basically the British are the ones that fucked up because they did mandate Palestine first, and then they basically reneged on that, and then they did mandate Israel, and then that gained legitimacy. And also there was a huge influx of Jewish people in that area who immigrated illegally. They were actually barred from immigrating there, but they still found their way there in like the thousands. The records back.
A pretty important.
Testy, do you know
step in
what? Do you know
that
what
timeline.
happened during the British mandate for
all
Palestine?
before the
I wouldn't say the Brits
The
fucked
formulation
up.
of Jordan.
Both
England,
sides.
No. Sorry, go
Both
ahead.
sides were doing terror attacks.
Yeah,
the Brits
like
were
blowing
trying
up stuff and
the Brits were trying to partition. The Israeli people were hanging people from fucking trees. The Palestinians were doing a bunch of fucking massacres. Both sides were
they
doing
were
a bunch of
rioting and shit like
The
that.
British people said, "Fuck this shit."
Originally,
Fuck this shit.
originally they were actually okay. This is gonna sound unreal. You need to look this up. When
Look this up.
When they first started immigrating there actually was not that much conflict because the land itself was not considered that valuable. And so when they started moving, the only time
That's insane.
and then
Do you know
there
what
was
the Crusades are? What the
Why you
fuck are
bring
you
up the
talking
Crusades?
about?
Is the first attempt to
Because
take
the
over that
land has been
land?
valuable. The land has been valuable for thousands
okay.
of years. What are you saying right
Israel was like the fourth
Can I
attempt for the
fucking
Jews to take over that land in 100 years.
now? Yes.
yeah, the land was not valuable in the sense of like agriculture. It's arid land. Excuse me.
Okay.
So-
Yeah. Wow.
so-
no kidding. It's valuable. It's incredibly valuable to people throughout
Yeah,
history.
it's valuable for like. I'm saying, yeah, I know. Even when the Crusades happened, it wasn't valuable as like a trading route or any of these
No
things.
one's saying that.
I understand that, but I'm saying that the population was not massive, and when there was first an influx of people, they were fairly welcoming and they got along. And what happened was there was a massive immigration, more so from the side of Jewish people who were fleeing Europe, and after Mandate Israel was like I guess allowed. There was supposed to be a 5-year period where they weren't allowed to immigrate, but they did anyway.
What time?
And
What
then-
time frame are you talking about?
1918.
No, this would have been like
Pre-Holocaust.
You're talking about like the fall of the fall.
Right, like this is after the Ottoman Empire, right? That's how the Brits got
It's
Palestine.
like recently after, because the British suspended Jewish immigration because of a riot that happened, I think, in 1915.
I think they're called Aliyahs, where basically there was like 4
Yeah,
periods.
massive like influxes of like Jewish people. Yep.
So I'm talking about, I believe the first Aliyah or the second Aliyah. I can't remember.
I think if I'm not mistaken, I think the first was under the Ottoman Empire, and I think it continued on after the Ottoman Empire like swapped hands to
Oh
Britain.
no, it is. Yeah, it's called the Aliyah. Okay. Sorry, I got a little heat.
Yeah, I've been doing this fucking big ass documentary, so I got like a lot of this shit fresh on my
That's true.
mind.
He's got a slideshow presentation he's working on. Okay.
Okay, so the
One
first
day
and
he's gonna
second
finish
war
it.
to the Ottoman.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, bro. It's been a while since I've opened it up.
Okay, so the
I
third.
think I got all the way to like 1928.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was around that time. It was in the 30s to 40s. Or something. I'm talking all this before the formation.
No, it was way before this where all this shit went down.
Yeah.
All the
And
Haganah
to be
shit.
honest, the Palestinians were rioting. Like they would go, like I think one famous riot is 2 Jewish political groups got into an altercation, which eventually spread word to the Palestinians in the area, and eventually the Palestinians went out and started slaughtering Jews because they thought the Jews were killing other Muslims. But it turned out it was just Jew on Jew violence. Then Muslims just started killing like all Jews in the area. It got really bad. A lot of this you can find like early British history. They talk about a lot of these instances. They would do investigations and stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. The Brits eventually threw up their fucking hands because both sides were doing insane shit. Like the Israelis were doing insane shit, the Palestinians were doing insane shit, and the Brits were like, we can't fucking deal, because they started killing the Brits. Like I said, they fucking hung the Brits from fucking trees. And so the Brits were like, this isn't fucking worth it. Because like you said, Tessie, the land's not that valuable from an economic point of view. I don't think the Brits really cared about it much. They just got it from the fucking Ottomans. And so like we're trying to work out something here, but everyone's fucking attacking us now, attacking each other.
What?
Just let the fucking people argue over fucking rocks.
So they actually weren't big fans of that land. They wanted the land north because a lot of the oil production.
We need a single state solution that's a democracy where everyone is equal under the law.
No.
Well, that's
my
like,
counter argument.
Well, it's kind of the case, but it's also kind of not, because they do some fucky shit in there.
That's what I'm saying. Israel currently everyone isn't equal under the law in Israel currently. I want a single state. I want a single state.
Every citizen is equal under the law in Israel.
Yeah.
Right, and then
they are part of Israel.
If you're not a citizen, every citizen isn't equal under the law in America or Canada or any fucking country.
Citizenship, right? Like that is part of how they.
Yeah, like every country does. To be clear,
that's what what I'm saying is get rid of the Jewish ethno state.
There is no
make a state with citizens that are equal under the law,
of
and make
Israel's
everyone in that area
Arab?
a citizen
and then you take
of that country. So that
you have to get rid of Hamas. You're not doing anything until you get rid of Hamas.
There's no substance to your argument, Keelan. It's not a fucking ethno state. That's silly. It's a secular state.
Okay, look,
you want to continue in Palestine and in Israel.
You're not doing anything until you get rid of a boss. Keelan, do you think a boss is doing good stuff for the fucking West Bank?
Get rid of
honest question.
Get rid of anyone who's trying to do terror.
What the fuck no legitimacy at this point, if I'm not mistaken.
The terrorists won government in 2005.
He's the fucking leader. What are you talking about?
I mean, from the people, like the people don't like, because they see him as like a Western, like.
I don't. That's not. I don't think that's true.
I could be wrong.
That's true.
Oh yeah, so it's in the Likud party platform that like Israel must remain a Jewish state. So like it's ingrained in their politics.
Well,
like
a Jewish majority state, yes.
Yes, they have to. They would die otherwise. They would die if it wasn't a Jewish majority state.
Say it's a good reason or like justify it. That's fine. But I'm saying that it is along ethnic lines. So like you guys just saying, well, it has nothing to do with an ethno state. It's like they are actively preserving their.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's 25% Arab. I'm saying that's an important thing to point out when we're calling it an ethno state.
13% Christian.
Yeah, it's like there's a
Christian. Yeah, so that's a
there's freaking Arabs in the Knesset, right? So it's not. So I don't know. Like ethno state, I think is a strong word. Is it majority Jewish? Yes, and I think there's good reasons for that, right?
And that will be maintained, right? Like that.
Yes, it ought to. It ought to be maintained. I would go so far as to say that.
A lot of children and out.
I mean, we're doing that in America.
Ethno state comes from an intentional misreading of part of their declaration of independence or whatever the fuck they call it.
Hey, Rowdy.
I mean, this is like because I even say I'm not like anti-Zionist, because I'm not one of those people who's like Israel shouldn't exist, they should abolish it. Because I agree, that's where I would get pushed to the extreme where confluence is at, where I'm like, yes, they would get slaughtered, and like where would they go? And like that just is inhumane. I would have like the same sympathies I have in the other direction. I think that's impractical. But then like as things like are stated, it is like set up like, I guess the key of like Zionist is like, if you're gonna say we're going to have a Jewish state, it is baked into the definition that you're going, and whether or not you define that as like a religion or you define it as an ethnicity, like it's inseparable in some way. So like I feel like no matter which way you come at it, there's going to be some issue that will arise if that's your defining term, right? That's how I see it. I don't know.
I agree with you. I mean, but demographics are destiny, which I don't think you disagree with. And it's like, yeah, I think when we say ethno-state, I think what people think of would not be Israel, which has 25% Arab, right?
So
Because the Arabs are not,
want?
it's not. When people call apartheid, right? That's why I have a problem when people say that.
Because what do you want to happen?
Equal
you just want the
representation.
status quo to continue because it's not.
No, I want
work.
the Gazans removed and put somewhere where they're not refugees anymore.
So you want ethnic cleansing?
If ethnic cleansing is getting people off of land that they don't own, then yes.
So you want to get rid of
whatever the fuck you want. They have no right to be there. They need.
You want to get rid of 750,000 settlers.
Yeah, you're accepting.
So this is where I would split from Tyler in compliments. I would probably say it seems
that. I didn't say
I don't think
I'm for some future two-state solution where some other nation comes in and fucking moderates the shit out of these people.
How do you give them the land? Because the disjointed Palestinian state is part of the fucking problem.
Yeah, no, I know. I understand. I don't know. Area C is the most cucked is the problem, right? Because that's where the fucking Jerusalem shit goes down. And I don't really solve Area C. The other areas are more maybe manageable, perhaps.
I also wouldn't apply the ethno-state label. I do think it is a bit too strong, but I do think that there's like some fucked stuff that happened. And also the fact that the I always forget what they're called. It's like the Jewish the high priests of the Jewish faith or whatever. There's like they are the ones strictly in charge of like deciding who becomes an Israeli citizen, or for right of return and things like that. They don't do like genetic testing because I know that was like something that was floating around for a while. So they won't straight up just like check your blood and see if you're Jewish. That is a trope, but like they have or even for like marriages and things like that, right? Like I think you can still get married like interfaith, like you can do that, but like that's not ever going to be sanctioned like from the government and stuff. So like there is like this religious overtone to also maintain I guess their supremacy. But so yeah, I wouldn't go full on ethno-state because legally speaking a lot of things are like allowed on paper. There's like equality, like they are a democracy for better or worse, but like so yeah, I don't even go full hog on that. But I do think that there's a lot of problematic things with their law that will necessarily intersect when you're defining characteristic is that like you are a Jewish state. So I don't know.
Well, see, Tyler would probably push back on this, but I would probably say that to me, I think Zionism is a dangerous political belief. It's just compared to Hamas, it's like kittens and rainbows.
Okay.
Well,
I mean,
I was told earlier today that you can just be a Christian nation by having a minority Christian population and a Christian president. So, yeah, I know some idiot said that. That's weird. But anywho,
you can
what's up, guys? We need to get rid of Turkey's current leadership.
Hey, what up, Avery? We got Avery here. What do you think of Zionist, Avery? Sorry, Caleb.
Avery hates Avery is
I
so
think you already know it. I
honestly,
I think about this. Look, like, let the Middle East do whatever the fuck the Middle East is going to do. Religion is their problem, and if they can't see that, then they'll just kill each other. Who cares? How the fuck? Why? How is it going to affect us? I don't give a shit.
It's too late.
Y'all handle your own shit.
the reason it affects us is because three important waterways and arguably the most important human resources, fucking plenty over there. And if we let that fall into the hands of the enemies of the United States, it'll get used against us.
Okay, sure, but like the United States receives less than, I think it's about 1% of our foreign imports that cross through the Strait of Hormuz, if I'm not mistaken.
That's just oil.
Correct me on that.
That was just oil.
Yeah, it's just oil.
There's way more trade that goes through there.
What else? Well, no, hold on. What else?
Fertilizer right now has driven the food price up from about 2.6% to about 4.8% inflation for take-home food, not just restaurant food.
I think, what is it, like 40% of the world's fertilizer comes out of Russia?
It comes out of Ukraine, but that's where it's shipped.
Yeah.
Because I used to make that argument for a while before someone pointed it out.
Can we not find those in the Western Hemisphere between North and South America? And I understand that we would have to rebuild, we'd have to start from scratch on the infrastructure. Yeah, sure. Then we should do that. We should do everything in our power to become self-sufficient.
But see, the problem is we can do that, but if the global market's being affected with fertilizer, that means the prices are going to rise whether we can obtain it or not. It's similar to oil, but not quite as speculative.
This is reversing progress, going into full protectionism.
I think so too.
No, it's not.
I think some
I don't think it
protectionism
would
is
be.
necessary, but
I think the entire Western
I think I
Hemisphere.
agree with
I think
that.
the entire Western Hemisphere needs to be under one banner, like one alliance.
see,
We are
I
going to be
like
that
tariffs.
Like a one world government, perhaps, Avery?
No,
Preferably
fuck that.
American, not Mexican.
Alliance. Yeah, I would prefer an American-dominated world. Of course,
Or
bias. I'm
Canadian.
American.
God.
But
Imagine
no, fuck
Canada
that.
controlling everything.
No, fuck
You know,
that.
I
think
We'd
the
made
entirety.
everyone.
I think the entirety of North and South America need to be united. We have enough resources for all of us to last us like 150, 200 years. Why do we give a fuck about what the other part of the world wants to do? If they want to go kill each other and blow each other up and nuke themselves, fine, fuck them. Go ahead. I don't care.
Should we do that through conquest?
Rare earth minerals are mostly on the eastern continent.
As much
Yeah,
as
honestly, I mean, we could.
Tyler said, right? We have a lot. There's a lot of minerals we need. There's a lot of resources, a lot of important waterways. I don't think it's as simple as just like, I agree. If that was to just let the people fight over fucking rocks, why do we fucking care? Like, I agree with the sentiment, but I think the boots on the ground reality is that I don't think we can actually do that. Like, I think there's too much stuff that we rely on.
Regardless, Russia's going to collapse within the next 10 years.
Are you joking?
Okay, Russia. No, I'm not.
I'd be
there's a high likelihood that Russia's going to collapse. All right, and then eventually they're probably going to get balkanized.
So Russia is going to collapse in the next 10 years.
Within the next 10 years, Avery. I think it would be balkanized within the 10 to 15.
Why?
Balkanized?
Because yeah. Fuck you.
I don't know. Everyone's risen up to Putin's been slapped down and killed.
But before the Ukraine war happened, the reason why they launched it when they did, it also has stuff to do with Trump not being in office and all that other shit, right? But Russia's population was about to start declining. This is the amount of manpower that we have. If we're going to do this, we need to do this within a 2-year window. I think it was a 2 to 4 year window. If they wanted to take Ukraine, they had to do it now, right? Is anyone going to dispute that? I think that this was like an internal argument that went on between. Yeah, manpower-wise, their population was going to start declining. So if they wanted to actually do it, like fully invade Ukraine and take it over, they had to do it now. And then Russia's lost like over 2 million troops
right now.
Yeah, no, I think.
That's also a retaliation
for both sides.
I think that was in retaliation for Ukraine bombing the shit out of Moscow as well.
It wasn't Moscow. It was in retaliation for Russia controlled part of Ukraine where they bombed a college dorm. Allegedly, Ukraine denies it, but there is a college dorm that's destroyed.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't doubt that either. Russia's been bombing civilians since the start of the war too. So I'm not saying it's right on both sides. It's still wrong. But I mean, like Moscow got hit with the biggest attack since the war started, I think last week.
Yeah, Ukraine's been having about the best 3 months since like the beginning of the war.
Yeah,
they took more land in March than they've taken since like 2022, like early in the war and shit. Like they've been doing pretty well.
If Russia can't win this war in one way, shape, or form, either a whole new government comes in or a revolution, whatever, I think it's going to collapse. Okay, and y'all know how many like rare earth metals come out of Russia itself?
What?
Like we're talking like in the 60, we're talking like in the 50% of the world.
Who is going to take over?
Because
I don't think they're going to take over. I think they're going to eat themselves.
I don't think a changing government that is composed of the same land and people is a collapse of Russia.
Yeah, because at the end of the day,
I think it would be because if Russia goes through political turmoil to the point where there's like an actual uprising, China's going to come in and take back some of that land that they believe is theirs as well.
I don't think they will.
Oh, you're okay.
Why?
I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong about this. I think it's the northern, eastern part of Russia. I think it's like that entire fucking block that used to be under Chinese control a couple thousand years ago. Hold on, I can look this up. I was reading about this.
There are some land disputes, but I think they're relatively minor right now.
At the end of the day, though, I don't think there's any competition. I think who are they going to balkanize under? Everyone's loyal to Putin or dead. The Wagner group tried to do their slight rebellion, got slaughtered. I think the leader died.
Well, okay. So the reason why they got slaughtered was because the fucking owner of Wagner said, "No, we're going to stop right outside of Moscow." That's why he could have taken it. He full on could have taken it, but he chose not to.
Yeah, but they probably. I mean,
and then he ended up dying because of it.
Well, yeah. Well, hey, that was a freak plane accident he died in.
No,
over
it wasn't. They
Belarus.
shot
That
his
had
ass out the fucking
that
sky.
had nothing.
They
You
shot
can't prove
they
that.
shot his ass out of the fucking
Putin would
sky,
never.
bro.
He
There's
would never.
no way.
Okay.
So
He's an
I think
honorable
Yeah,
we
man.
Putin would
that
never.
Russia-
Putin would never poison his
never.
political competition.
I
Right?
think
He's an
I think
it's
honorable
untoward.
man.
I think we only think Russia's like on the decline because of how they fought against Ukraine when they are like good in terms of modern air quotes military encounters because they're big in the cyber space, right? So that like
Yeah.
And they have great intelligence too. I just don't understand like why or how you see them collect. They have a lot of natural resources. They have 140 some million people. Why would they collapse?
Okay, I could be wrong. I'm just saying I think it's a very high likelihood that Russia's not going to become like Russia won't exist. Like not like completely. Obviously, the people are still going to exist as a government, and they may be balkanized. That's what I think. I think that's the West's goal is to balkanize Russia, just like we did with Eastern Europe.
Power is vastly
Or
diminished
West.
already.
Well, we're already dealing with a air quotes balkanized Russia, right? The USSR air quotes balkanized, and we're fine with that. Why would it go further?
Well,
Why would
that's
it
kind of
not?
how we treat our enemies. As like, if you look at like in the 50s during the Cold War, we're battling some of the most powerful nations, and then we overthrew or things happen, and gradually they keep going down and down and down in terms of military might and ability. There's like it's the whole thing. Like you kill a terrorist, you get two more, but you're not getting the same caliber of terrorist. You're not getting a 30-year trained militant. You're getting some person that wants revenge. The caliber of your enemy goes down as you eventually win the war over time.
I think they'll always be relevant. I mean, they have nukes, so regardless whether you call it Russia or not, or like some kind of Russia will exist. Like nobody's gonna ever be able to fuck with them completely.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that. Yeah, that wasn't what I was. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. I'm just saying.
Honestly, if they collapse, they lose the nukes. Like when Syria collapsed and the new regime that was under the Qatar and whatever fucking Turkey came in, Israel went in and destroyed a ton of their weapons and fucking took a bunch of shit with them.
We're talking just pure
Tyler.
numbers. Like Russia has like fucking thousands.
Russia has like the most nukes of any country, don't they?
Russia still, I think they apparently still quote unquote have more nukes than every other
Tyler,
country. Not
don't you
combined,
think that China seeing a collapsing Russia would like try to prevent the collapse because that benefits China to not have a collapsed Russia?
Yeah.
Why would that benefit China?
They're kind of
China gets more land. China gets more land. China would get more natural resources.
That's not necessarily true because like it depends on what Russia breaks up into, and that uncertainty would, I think, cause China to act and be like, we want the status quo to be maintained.
Well, Russia or China has a direct vested interest in Russia because they get a lot of their oil from them. They've built something like 3 or 4 pipelines. The deal was made like 20 years ago, but basically China paid for the majority of the cost for these things to be constructed, and in return they get like a discounted rate for a lot of this stuff. So I guess China could go in and manage that themselves. Maybe that would ultimately be a bit more beneficial, but like right now, like they're kind of have a symbiotic kind of thing with Russia where they tolerate Russia. I don't think they particularly like them, but they do get benefit from them. So I don't see them like abandoning.
I mean,
that.
they get even more benefit from them by
Enemy of
going in
my
there and taking
enemy.
over the land. Like it's,
Well,
I don't know. That's
sure.
just what I could be stupid.
No,
It's fine.
there might be something
Russia provides
as well. They are the biggest country in the world, so you're talking about like massive swaths of land here. Like,
Yeah, China's already
campaign,
over.
campaign.
You could argue China's already like overextended with their current land and their population.
Yeah, they are.
Are they?
Yeah, they have way too much land and their population is declining.
Isn't
Well,
I
it's
see.
declining because that was designed. Like they did that intentionally. So they're fucking.
Well,
Like China
yeah.
is not bored at all. They have enough internal problems to last them 100 years.
I mean, as long as they get Taiwan, because we all agree that Taiwan belongs to China. There's
No.
China.
No.
Honestly, the Taiwan lobby.
China isn't even China. China is just West Taiwan.
And the Taiwan lobby that's been lobbying
Base
congressmen to have fucking dual citizenship is disgusting. They're called TPAC, and it's gross
Wait,
to me that our politicians are sold out to Taiwanese fucking donations.
I mean, okay, look.
Are
So
you-
this
Come on, Taiwan.
everyone completely like says, "Oh, I'm an idiot for this because we can do it ourselves." If China takes Taiwan, or China gets really close to take Taiwan, they're going to blow up all the fucking semiconductor plants that they have. They don't want China to get that technology.
No way.
I think the plan is to retreat.
They don't. Hold on. Okay, and if that happens, the world gets set back 10 years in terms of like technology. It's going to take us that long to get to the same point that we are now.
That's why
your fucking iPhone. Your fucking iPhone's going to cost $6,000.
They're 3
and it's
years
going to be built in the United
plant.
States. Dude, it's still Taiwan has a lot of intellectual property.
But Avery, I don't think we would destroy the factories because we'd rather trade with China than lose it.
No.
Taiwan will destroy the factories. We're not destroying it. Taiwan has protocols in place to destroy the factories.
We would too.
Like blow up.
We would as well. Yes.
I think we're retreating. I think if China attacks Taiwan, we're retreating and trying to gather ourselves.
But Taiwan's blowing up the factories.
Yeah, Taiwan is going to do it themselves.
That's like the mutually assured destruction angle. That's the only card that they have, right? So of course they're gonna fucking use it. It's just like Israel's like Samson protocol, right?
China also wants peaceful resolution. That's why they.
Are you insane? Are you insane? China wants peaceful fucking resolution. Are you kidding me?
He's a
Are you
Hassan
fucking
Piker
kidding
fan.
me? They literally think they own the fucking ocean. They go into people like countries, not international waters, but within their borders. But what's that called? Damn, it's escaped me right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking China would
literally go within people's waters and say, "Oh no, this is ours now," and they go, "No, fuck you." Really, China builds artificial islands.
Remember 2 years ago when they threatened to shoot down Nancy Pelosi's plane because she was flying to Taiwan?
I don't understand why you're yelling at me. Are you saying like no
peaceful resolution? My ass.
Are you saying no country would prefer a peaceful resolution to their problems?
No. I'm saying that countries are the point that we're at. Countries are only going to agree to a peaceful resolution if it only benefits them.
Yeah, I'm saying Taiwan just becomes a part of China without any
Alexander,
war.
No.
China agrees to all kinds of great peaceful resolutions, but they ignore every single fucking one of them and steal their intellectual property.
Exactly.
Sorry, this is like an extremely.
You want to know? You want to know something crazy?
Logical point is that any country who's like this other country is a part of me, I want it to be a peaceful resolution rather than war, even though they're not.
You think Taiwan is actually a part of China? You do realize that Taiwan is like China before communism, right? You do understand that, right? That's the original Chinese government before the fucking communists came in and started the Civil War.
You're not really.
Which, by the way, we backed out on right before they almost won. Fucking dumbest fucking decision ever.
You're not commenting on what I'm saying. I'm saying China would obviously prefer a peaceful resolution to the situation. Any country in that situation would.
Such as
literally Taiwan becoming part of China without war is what they would prefer.
But that's such a nonsense. Like, you're saying nothing. Like Israel would want the same thing with Gaza, right? But they're willing to do extreme violence to get that thing. And the same with China. China would be willing to do anything.
China's willing to break international law. Yeah, they don't care.
But they're obviously not that willing if they haven't done it yet.
They're preparing. War doesn't happen overnight.
They could have done it a decade ago.
Really? Yeah, they could have? Okay, do you have any idea how stupid the Chinese military is?
Israel could obviously go into Gaza and slaughter everyone. They could just bomb the whole place, but they're not. There's international pressures. There's other factors that play into this, right? Obviously, China would want to take Taiwan.
You do understand that every single vessel built in China, even civilian ones, have to be built to military standards? Why do you think that is? So that way China can commandeer those vessels and use them as military vessels.
Okay, China I'm going to go because every time I try to talk, he just keeps fucking talking. So I'm going to go to sleep. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Keelan.
Was anything I was saying crazy?
No, but you were pulling a food toy where you yell over everyone that detracts from you.
All right, well, my bad, Keelan. If you're still watching, I apologize. But just the simple fact saying that China wants peaceful resolution is fucking insane. They don't. They want
you
only.
could have
They
asked-
want
you could have-
solutions that are only going to benefit the fucking Chinese. That's it. They don't care about
could have
anybody else.
Why is
you
that
could have asked
bad?
where he gets that indication from, right?
I mean, fair enough.
I think there's like talking past each other going on because again, like every country, in a perfect world, they would want a peaceful resolution. But I think that's kind of saying nothing. The truth is that China's willing to do a lot to get their resolution. So even in the same way that I said with Israel, yes, in a perfect world, I'm sure Israel would prefer peace, but they're willing to do a lot of acts of aggression to get what they want, right? Like, I'm sure they would love if the settlements just gave themselves up and all the, the West Bank stuff, they didn't have to like do any untoward settlement stuff. They would obviously prefer that, but they're willing to go the extra mile. I would say that's the same thing with China. So I agree with Keelan, but I just don't know if it's really saying much because I think it's just obvious that yes, in a perfect world, China would prefer that Taiwan just surrender and become one China. But that's not really adding anything, I guess, in that sense.
I mean, anything against communism, I'm for it. Fuck it.
China number one?
Communism. Nope, fuck them. Oh shit, guys, my social credit score just reduced by like 10,000.
I'm not sure how communist China really is.
It's communist in spirit. They have a little bit
they're like China, or Kino, communist in name only.
Yeah, they're Kinos, yeah. Well, they still have that authoritarian top-down structure and planned economy in terms of how they treat their mass population, but they do allow for a lot of like free market activity in certain areas to get world participation and grow their
but free market in certain areas, but China China still like if China still has shared ownership in a lot of those companies, there has to be a member of the CCP on that business's board. There has to be.
Yeah, and a Biden too.
And a what?
A Biden.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, Hunter Biden was on the board of like 2 Chinese companies, and then I think his brother, Joe Biden's brother, I can't remember his name right now, was on a couple more.
Red Eye Gooner, I love that you said this earlier. I don't know if I could pull it up. You guys sound so ridiculous. You're literally the most brainwashed people, and then you're saying literally insane debunked things about Israel soldiers using dogs to great prisoners. Like, the irony of these two statements being said within like 4 minutes of each other is crazy.
Well, it's not debunked. It's not debunked because there's no fucking proof to debunk it. It's like 14 people made a claim in an opinion piece.
But the dog thing especially is that's no one fucking believes that, Red Eye Gruner.
Well,
no one,
no,
except the most heavily propagandized. Some
people do.
Some people do. Look it up. It's been reported. See, and you're calling us brainwashed. Like, take a moment to reflect. There's videos of dogs. There's videos of dogs. Israelis using dogs to great prisoners. Really?
Yeah, hold on.
Show me.
There's also videos of Donald Trump on Mars.
Yeah.
Do you believe every video you see because it's a video?
The reporting on that was an opinion piece. They couldn't put it into the fact part of the New York Times because there was no fact to it.
Yeah, the reporting was essentially these people alleged it happened, and they showed cut up videos that kind of maybe looked like
but that's a different. We're confusing two things though.
Idea.
There's the one where they're holding up the
so
shields,
then it's potential. It's not 100%.
But the dog thing has nothing to it, is what I'm saying. The dog thing has nothing. At least the untoward, like with where they're holding up the shields, that at least I think something bad happened there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think something happened. But the dog thing is just an actual agitprop that Red Eye Gooner is calling us brainwashed, but also claiming there's videos of that he's gonna conveniently never be able to find. I just want to point out that. I mean, I love you, Red Eye Gooner, but I just want to point that out. Okay, Loki.
Confluence, you say I love you to more men than women.
Well, that's because there's more men that join the panel than women. If there's more women, I'd say I love you to more women, I mean, we don't get as many women, okay? YouTube is a very male-dominated space, Avery. It's not my fault. I just love so many people.
Do you have the same lesser or more per capita I love you to women visitors than you do to men? That's how you
I would say it's higher because I say I love you to Rage Page, to Mara, to Topanga, and that's like probably 70% of our female panelists if you think about it.
All right. So there you go, debunked.
There you go, Avery.
Even though it's sampling bias and you can't really use it, still get wrecked.
All right, we
Who's
didn't. You know
talking
what?
shit?
We didn't talk about eugenics at all. We didn't even start the debate. That's fine. Confluence is going to go to sleep because he woke
You
up at 4 a.m.
bitch.
yesterday after going to bed at midnight. So he is omni tired already. He has to wake up early tomorrow. But tomorrow is D&D. If people actually show up this time, and it's going to be a late stream,
Yeah,
I'm
Dungeons
going to
and Dicks
buy
tomorrow,
a
guys. Get
bunch
ready.
of freaking what's it called? Oh fuck, I can't remember the name of it. What have I been drinking recently? The Korean. Someone help me out. Fuck, what's it called? The Korean wine thing.
Sake?
Don't you have it?
Soju. Yeah, I
Sake's
just drank some.
Japanese.
That's why. Yeah, sake's Japanese. That's good too.
whatever.
But the soju has been fucking hitting the sweet spot. Okay, I'm getting all ethnic coded. But yeah, thank you guys for coming on panel. God bless all you in the chat. Good night, Rage Page. I love you. See, I'm singing to a woman. Okay, I love you specifically, Rage Page. Okay. God bless you guys. Take care. See you tomorrow. Everyone sign up for or not sign up for trivia. What am I saying? Everyone join for D&D, and by that I guess I just mean Ag and Alex because Tyler never joins, and neither does Avery. That's fine. No,
No, I have
love you
I
sex.
work,
anyway.
bitch. I work.
Stop
In the
working.
evenings on Friday. Yeah, just quit that.
I
Yes.
have a
Quit that.
debate tomorrow
That shit.
actually. And
No.
Commodus on my team.
Oh yeah. You're doing horses, I guess. Hey, yeah. Oh yeah. You're always busy Fridays, I suppose.
And Saturdays too, sadly.
Yeah. Well, that's like my main nights, man.
Eh.
It's fine. No. All right. Take care, guys. 07s. Peace out.